we have the all NBA teams. We know the future. And we are going to tell you guys on this episode today who will be on the first team all NBA, second team all NBA, third team all NBA, and ultimately who's going to get snubbed. We will get into that, as well as ESPN has dropped their 1 through 50. So we'll talk about those players, and then we'll talk about 51 through 100, and we'll get into that little list as well as some other things that's been happening around the association. We have a jam-packed episode in terms of good topics, and we have some good content to give you guys as well with us making these all-NBA teams. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. Penn, Marsh, Chill, what's going on?
In effect, what's going on, fellas?
Hello.
Silence.
Nice. Very.
Silence, peasants.
I know what's going on here.
Silence, peasants.
Penn, if you want to go ahead and if you want to start with this, we can do that. I swear we can.
I don't know, Penn. It suggests
let
to
it
me that
simmer. Let it simmer.
I was about to say because it looked like there's some fumes coming from you over there. It looked like you fuming a little bit over there. What's going on, brother? You good right now?
I guess we'll get to it when we get to it. Okay. If we get to it, when we get to it. But salute to everybody in the chat. Y'all already know the drill. Like the video on the way in, and we are going to get straight into these all NBA teams. I thought it was a good idea to go ahead and throw this on a tier because we can play and tinker with the names and move people back and forth. But I'm gonna just go ahead and put this on the screen. And it's ironic that this is stemming from our top 35 players list because we're going to get into ESPN's top 100 player list, but also too, I threw this up here because I'm like, this may be a good barometer for us to go on our all NBA teams.
A good what, Ron?
Barometer.
Barometer.
Okay,
close enough.
I was making sure. I just wanted to make
close enough. For Ron, I mean, I'll take it.
It's my accent. Y'all say Ram, I say Ram.
Okay.
Yeah, yesterday, before he left us, he said we're going to rank the Eastern Conference from last to worst. So I just let that one slide.
Worst. I meant Mars. I said first, but my accent sometimes.
Your accent.
Yeah, sometimes you get the W over the F. Sometimes. But so these are the all NBA teams right here.
Yeah.
Well, what you would think would be the all NBA teams because this is our 1 through 15 list.
Yep.
No,
but obviously this is going to shuffle around.
Mm-hmm.
But
yes.
how does this look in terms of a 1, 2, and 3 team?
Take Joel Embiid off the first team. He ain't playing 65 games. That matters. So you could take Joel Embiid off the first, the second, and the third team because he's not going to make any of the all-NBA teams. None of them. Because he's not going to play the amount of games required to be first team to be all-NBA, period. They're going to manage him. They're going to do their best to manage him. And he's going to be great throughout the regular season, whether it's 55 games or so. But he's not going to play 65 games. So we can automatically take him off the all-pro team. Steph Curry made second team last year. Steph Curry an all-pro this year, considering, I think that's good. I think he might get moved down. And I think just off the narrative alone, I think Anthony Edwards could get moved up. I think didn't Anthony Edwards make second team all-pro last year? Or was it third team?
So. I think he was second. I don't know. Let me check. I don't want to lie to the people.
Yeah, I want to make sure that
I think he was second team.
I think he was second team all-pro last year. I wouldn't be surprised from the narrative if Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, second team.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised from the narrative if Anthony Edwards became a first team all-pro this year. That wouldn't surprise me because he's going to play.
I don't know if it's going to be narrative. Well, part of it might be narrative, but also too, like Ant's kind of shown us in these preseason games. He's like,
yep.
He ready to go, so I wouldn't be surprised if just from him just balling too.
Until Lonzo's seeing for 8 minutes tonight, but
that stuff matters though, Ron. And the
so
reason
he's only
why
playing 3 quarters tonight, Mars, basically.
Something like that. We're not gonna be out there a lot, but we're gonna lock up for those 6 minutes.
Right, quick, chill. Before we get back to Ant, Jake Fashion sent through a $25 super chat. He said, "Hey, chill. What was your starting 5 today what would be your starting five today, but only using people from the Eastern Conference. Love the show. We love you, Jake.
Celtics.
Mars, to be honest with you, I don't hate that, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be a little bit more diplomatic than that. No, only from the. I can only use Eastern Conference teams. So
Giannis.
You're gonna have Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Joel Embiid.
That's my front court.
Are you for sure taking it?
You're gonna have Donovan Mitchell at the 2.
That's
so
my
who's gonna
guard.
be who's gonna be your point guard?
It's between Tyrese Halliburton and
Trae Young.
Jaylen Brunson exists.
Tyrese Maxey does not exist for you.
Okay. Not over those two guys.
Okay. Tyrese
and I still, but I have Damian Lillard a lot higher than you guys do.
I don't know how high I have.
He was number 20 on our list, wasn't he? 19.
Yeah, you don't know. I tried to get Dame over Sabonis. I tried.
I'll take Tyrese Halliburton at the lead guard spot.
Okay, I was about to say,
Tyrese, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and then
Giannis. That's my 5.
That'd be a good ass team.
Mm-hmm.
Would that beat the Western Conference team?
Depending on who the West is. So you got James at the 3. Who do you have at the 4?
Probably KD.
Anthony Davis.
They just assume I have LeBron.
So I got James at the 3, Davis at the 4, and Joker at the 5. I'm sorry, Moss. You're gonna have KD at the 4. You got James.
Yeah,
at the
you
3,
don't know who I'm gonna have. You don't know. I'm gonna have Luka.
Just like you know me. Just like you know me. I know you too, Moss.
I might go with KD. I might go with Kawhi. You don't know.
You're not going.
I got Luka and Shea. I might go Luka at the 3 and have Steph, Shea, and Luka. You don't.
No, you're not going to do that. You're going to go with Luka and Shea in the backcourt. Yes, I do. 100%.
I got Luka and Shea.
Yeah.
I got Jokic.
Yep.
I got Anthony Davis. And then I got Kevin Durant.
So you're taking James off the crew.
Why I need LeBron? Why I need LeBron if I got Luka?
Okay.
Either way it goes, somebody's getting criminally robbed on the Western Conference. Because either way it goes, you got to either leave out KD, you got to leave out SGA, you got to leave out Steph, or you got to leave out Bron. Well, you got to leave out one of those 4. Because Jokic and Luka are doctored in. They are locked in. You're not doing a Western Conference without those 2. Correct. Now the other 4, it really gets tricky.
That's disrespectful to Shea.
Yeah, Shea.
I was thinking that too. Shea is on the group.
Shay's not a lock over Steph. Over Steph?
Reputation, a hell of a thing, man.
It's not a hell.
I'm not saying Steph can't be your 4th guy, but
shoot like Steph.
Are you putting Shea? Shea finished 2nd in MVP voting last year. What are we doing here?
I get that. Steph has probably the greatest superpower in the NBA.
I agree with that.
Which he still has, by the way.
You're going to have 42-year-old Steph, and you're going to be like, man, I don't know if I'm taking Shea over.
But here's the thing, though. This isn't 42-year-old Steph, Morris. This is the Steph right now. And here's also the thing, too.
Still going to apply just because he shoot?
Well, here's the thing, though. When I have Luka, Jokic, 2 of the best passers the NBA's ever seen, and you put Steph Curry alongside of that, it's kind of like I'm not – Shea alongside of that is great. It's just not as good of a fit as Steph.
I still like my East team because I got my distributor. And he gonna get everybody involved. He's gonna get Giannis involved. We're gonna speed the game up. I hate that I got a ball stopper in Joel Embiid, but we could supplement that because we can speed the game up, and we can get Giannis more involved in the game.
Chill, your team is cooked if you have to play a back-to-back. I'm sorry.
We're done. We're finished. We're done.
That's why I ain't take Kawhi. I had to think about it.
We're done. We're finished. I'm thinking it was just. I think we splitting it up where we play it every other night, so I think I'm good. But if we got to play back to back, no, I'm finished. I'm over. No doubt.
The West team beats the East team, especially once you start going past the starting 5. But the starting 5, I still got the West.
I would put Wemby on that West team just for the defense. I would next to Jokic. I cannot think. I cannot
swear I'm not.
Hold on. If you think, hold on,
enough.
Jokic to Wemby, big man to big man passing. Oh my God! If you're thinking about straight basketball, there's no big that can compensate better for Jokic's rim protection than Wemby, and there's no big who's going to benefit more from that lob threat that Jokic is. That 5-4 passing that he does with Aaron Gordon would be so much better with Wemby.
We already seen it last week. I just seen it too. Was it last night I watched them when they played the Heat? Wemby's already complaining about running to the rim and I'm not getting the ball.
Yeah, Harrison. Yeah,
come on, man.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's not the first time Harrison Barnes missed him last night. He missed them twice.
Remember, everyone will praise Harrison Barnes, but that's
He missed
besides
them
the
twice.
So chill. Is that what you were watching last night?
I did catch a little bit of the Celtic game.
Oh, I see. I only seen the
I-
box score, but I seen Scotty
I-
Barnes had a near triple double.
I didn't see a lot of it.
You should go back. You should go back and watch every second of it. And let me give you a hint. You should take a shot for every single time. Take a shot of whiskey, or tequila or rum. Take your Nah, you can't do Gatorade. If you take a shot of whiskey for every single time Scotty Barnes locked up or dominated Jason Tatum last night, or you might get drunk on alcohol.
He wouldn't have made the show today. He wouldn't have made the show. He'd be hungover. That's what would have happened.
You would have been hungover.
Like I said, I only caught
day of work.
I caught a little bit of it. I did. I didn't catch much of it, but Penn, you got my word. I will watch more Toronto games this year.
No, you need to watch that game.
I will definitely watch more.
I just literally, you know what? I made a 14-minute video. I made a 12-minute video breaking down that game film. You watch it after. Just watch it. Just watch it.
And where can we see this video?
Pensare Basketball. Just go watch it. Pensare Basketball. PENSARE. Pensare Basketball. Go watch it. 12 minutes. We had a second round rookie. We had a second round rookie, Jonathan Mobo, robbing Jaylen Brown. Just taking the ball away from him. Rookie cookies. That's what it was.
Cookies is heat.
I like that. Just like I told Mars a year ago that I was going to pay more attention to the Spurs. Man, you got my word. I'm going to watch more Toronto.
People are going to say it's preseason, but let me tell you something. The Celtics played their starters. The Raptors were missing most of their lineup. And they were blowing them out by like 20 points in the first quarter. Now, I wasn't super high because the Pistons beat the Suns and Kate had a near triple double. So I'm not going to do that for Scotty. But I'm just saying, like, there's stuff that Scotty did in that game that people swear to me that he's never going to be able to do. And he did it against Jason Tatum and Al Horford. So just saying.
You only going to talk about Scotty Barnes?
Oh, Grady Dick was amazing.
Yeah.
Grady Dick was amazing.
Dick had a great game last night.
Ochai Abaji. Davion Mitchell make me look like an idiot for saying that trade was kind of mid. Like he looked really
Davion,
good.
nice though, Pin.
I did tell you
Davion, he can go.
Yeah, that's a starting point guard right there.
No, it's not. Get out of here, Mars.
Yes.
But I mean, the defense was great. Like I really liked the defensive effort, and it was a very, very fun game to watch.
Is Toronto going to be knocking on the playoff door?
They'll be knocking on the play-in door if they don't tear it down. Hell yeah.
Sure, they're gonna be knocking on the wrong door.
Yeah, I was too busy watching the Rockets destroy the Pelicans. So
I gotta tell you though, like watching Jaylen Brown, I have never seen a player. This is gonna be flamed. I don't care. Blast me in the comments. I have never seen a player get more overrated on one playoff run than Jaylen Brown.
You ain't see Jamal Murray in 2023?
I mean, Jamal Murray is fairly, estimated as a playoff riser and stuff. Some of the stuff that he does. But his ball skills, like some of the stuff that he does is like stuff that I see high school players do. Like he turns his back to the help all the time. He loses his dribble. Like it's some crazy stuff. Like if you're telling me this is a top 15 player in the NBA, you're absolutely insane.
Well, here's the difference though, Penn. Last season, what he did was he dumbed down his ball handling. That's why it didn't look as bad.
He's operating in maximum space with the Boston Celtics. I don't think people understand how much space every single player on that Celtics team has. They're all going to look way better than they really are.
Right.
But they're just jump shot merchants, man. They just jump.
Well, that's not news. We all know that. I mean, I think they led the league last year in threes, and if they didn't, they were in the top 3 last year. It just in threes, not just jump shots. Just in threes, they led the league. There is no in between. That's Al Horford. That's Derek White. But to my point about Jaylen Brown, he dumbed down like the logic that he doesn't have a left hand. Well, he dumbed down dribbling the ball.
He's not better than Devin Booker. He's not better than Donovan Mitchell. He's not better than Anthony Edwards. You're not top 4 at your position. It's the weakest position in the NBA. Don't let me hear people saying that he's a top 15 player. Some people he's a top 15. Some people telling me he's a top 15 player. Look at where he's on your list. He's like next up after you core 15. Isn't he right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right off the end.
That's crazy.
There's not 20
That's
players in the
crazy.
game better than Jaylen Brown. No, you're not
Yes,
selling
there
that.
are.
No, there are not.
You know
no.
what? This is the same thing that people did
No.
with DeMar DeRozan back when he was a Raptor. 25 points per game seduces y'all. You don't see it.
No,
You
I'm not doing that. Nope, Penn. I'm not. I'm not a box score watcher. No, I watched Jaylen Brown, and I watched Jaylen Brown's.
You watched Jaylen Brown on the Celtics. You never
No,
seen
right.
Jaylen Brown on the Orlando Magic. Okay,
And I don't need to see Jaylen Brown on the Orlando Magic
Well,
because
if
he
you
plays
did,
for
it
the
would-
Celtics. Well, he doesn't play for the Orlando.
But
Why
that's-
would I want to
that's
see
not
him?
fair.
No, why would?
No,
why is
no.
that not fair, Penn? He doesn't play for the Orlando Magic. He doesn't play for Indiana.
No, context
he
matters.
plays
If
for.
you're going to individually tell me that one player is definitively better than another, I'm sorry. I'm watching Devin Booker play, and I'm telling you, Devin Booker is better at everything to Jaylen Brown except
Is
for
Devin
maybe
Booker doing
defense.
the same thing that he's doing if he's playing for
He's
Toronto?
a better passer. He's a better shooter.
If he's doing it, because if you're going to do that, does Devin Booker's game translate if he's playing in Detroit? Does his game translate if he's playing
Devin
in
Booker would
Portland?
be awesome in Detroit. Devin Booker would drop 35 points, 36 points per game in Detroit. What are we doing
Chill,
here?
we've seen
Devin
that.
Booker's
We've
a really
seen
good
him
player.
in Detroit.
And
We've
we've
seen
seen him
Devin
on a bad
Booker in
team.
Detroit.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
we-
In
we-
Phoenix,
Yeah,
like
it's
20.
yeah, we seen him on a bad. We seen him on a bad
hold on.
team.
It's
Sure, we
easier
did.
to look like a really good defender. It's really easy. You know. I think I was reading a stat the other day that Peyton Pritchard was like top in the league in points per possession on isolations in playoffs. It was like number 1 to 3. Peyton Pritchard's a hell of a player, but
Sure.
you're not telling me he's the best isolation scorer in the league. There's something that Celtics offense does to unlock players who have limitations, where it pulls you away from some of your limitations because you have so much space. And I'm just saying, if you're operating in a shoebox, yeah, you're going to struggle if you can't pass and you can't dribble
Right.
as a guard, you know? So I'm sorry. I don't see it. I think Tyrese Maxey's better than him. And people call me crazy for that. I don't care. I'm watching the game. I see what Tyrese Maxey's doing. I see what Tyrese Maxey does in lineups
Is
without
Tyrese
Joel
Maxey's
Embiid.
shot creation, and we're just talking offensively.
He's
We
a
ain't
better
even talking about-
shooter. He's a better passer. He's better at a lot of things. He's not a
I
better
watched
defender.
him
That's it.
Sounds like Joe Mazzulla need more credit for maximizing these players with these flaws, but
I think Brad Stevens deserves a lot of credit for, and the Celtics ownership deserves a lot of credit for maxing out and getting 5 basically all league type of players, you know, in that starting lineup. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I've had issues with Jaylen Brown's game the entire way through. I have. And again, I see a lot of DeMar in his game. And you know, you could say he's a little bit burstier or whatever, and Ron looking confused. But I watched DeMar year after year with the Raptors, and I would see lineup data that said the Raptors were better with DeMar on the bench. Every
The
year.
Celtics aren't better
Every
with
year.
Jaylen Brown on the bench, though.
but he has the lowest VORP of their starting 5.
That is fair. And
But
that
they're
is
still not better with him on the bench, though.
Is he the
They're
best
definitely-
defender? Hold on.
Definitely better with him in the
Hold
lineup.
on. Hang on.
Numbers or not, I don't care if you. I don't care if you pull out a lineup and say, "Oh, they're better with Horford and Porzingis and
It's not a lineup.
Holiday.
Ron, for 51 games in the playoffs, with the Raptors, DeMar DeRozan was like the Raptors were better with DeMar DeRozan on the bench. For 51 games in the playoffs, which
And
was
net
pretty
rating
damn.
without Jaylen Brown is higher than with him by 8 points. So I mean,
Can we see everybody else's net rating? Can you do that for
No.
Tatum? Can you do that for Porzingis?
do me a
Can you
favor.
do that for Holiday and White?
Hold on. Is Jaylen Brown a top 3 passer on the Celtics?
well, they're
That-
also better without Jason Tatum.
No. Is he a top 3 defender on the Celtics?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
He's a top 3 defender on the
He's
Celtics.
a-
Arguably. I can make.
There's no
you
argument.
can
He's a
you
better
can make
defender.
make a great
I don't
point.
think
He's
he.
not
I don't
I'm
think
not
he's
gonna lie.
anything-
I could make an easier argument that he's the worst defender in their starting 5 than I could.
And that is the fact. And y'all need to listen to Mars talk.
Wait. Hold on. I just want to make sure I'm not losing my mind over here. So, I mean, he gets the assignment. Not only did he get the assignment in the playoffs, but also in the regular season, he does also get the assignment. His ability against guys like bigger guards, because I know who Derek White is as a defender, and I won't argue that. No, Jaylen Brown is more athletic. Jaylen Brown beats guys to spots more. Jaylen Brown, I think, is
Are you
he's
paying
really
attention
good.
to the off-ball defense at all?
And that's where I was going. I think
Jaylen
that's where he
Brown
struggled.
gets the assignment because he's their worst off-ball defender, and everyone is so good on the ball, including him.
This is the
So
So
problem.
why would I get the
Y'all
assignment,
get-
Mars? That doesn't
Because
make any
it's about
sense, Mars.
It makes
Y'all get
perfect sense. It's
seduced
about,
with
it's
on-ball
about
defense, and
minimizing.
you start
It's about
gassing up a guy
minimizing
because you see
flaws.
him getting stopped.
That's all it is, about minimizing flaw. Derek White is a very good on-ball defender. Drew Holiday, very good on-ball defender. Jason Tatum, very good on-ball defender. Jaylen Brown, very good on-ball defender. Jason Tatum, elite off-ball defender. Derek White, elite off-ball defender. Drew Holiday, very good off-ball defender. Jaylen Brown, mediocre off-ball defender. So you know what we do when we have 4 great on-ball defenders, but one of them isn't very good off the ball? We're going to put him on the ball because that's where he is at his best, and everyone else is also really good off the ball. So it's about minimizing someone's flaws. Jaylen Brown getting main defensive assignments is not because he's better on the ball than Derek White, Drew Holiday, and Jason Tatum. It's because he's worse than them off the ball, and they're all really good at doing that job on the ball. So you just give him the assignment that he's best at while not taking away from anyone else. That doesn't mean he's a better defender than them. It's just about doing what's best for the team.
So can't we use that? So can't we use that same
really
logic?
good
So can't we use that same logic with guys like Derek White? Can't we use that same logic? Because
No.
all of those guys have. Yes, we do. Because don't those guys have
Derek
flaws
White's elite
also?
off the
Because
ball.
Jason Tatum. So Jason Tatum, for example, Jason Tatum is elite off the ball. Is that correct? Which means if he's elite off the ball, is he the same on the basketball too? So if he's
he's better off the ball than he is on the ball.
So if that's true, then why aren't we using that same logic with him? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that with him.
Logic.
Right. So how is he? So is Jason Tatum a better defender on the ball than Jaylen Brown? Yes, he is a better defender,
And he's better off the ball. What does that tell you?
I'd say they're relatively close on the ball, but Jason Tatum clears off the ball. That's what I would say.
Hold on.
Yo,
I think he's a better off ball.
I will give Jason Tatum the edge on the ball because he can guard more positions. If
I'm still trying to figure out this whole Jason Tatum defense thing. I really am.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
I'm-
But you don't think
I'm-
Jason
I'm-
Tatum's that good, so it's like-
No, here's the
you
thing,
really
though.
don't.
Here's the thing. We are more than likely going to be on playback here very soon. I can't wait to do these Celtics games, chill with you and Mars with you, and I need you guys to point out all his defensive, just immaculate, amazing plays that just make him
Just
this
go back and
ultimate
watch
elite
last year's
defender.
Oklahoma City game when he played
no.
Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City, watch the last 5 minutes of the game and what he did against.
There's no way he
Gilgeous-Alexander.
memorizes the game when he was
Shut the door on him.
Yo,
beating him to spots closing out. Just do that. But
I'm
anyway,
assuming we'll watch. No, because chill. I want to see the whole thing from top to
Yes.
bottom. I want to see a full game. I want to see this year right now. I don't want to go. You can always go back and look at highlights and
Right.
his best 5 minutes and this and this. I want to see right now. So when we get these playback games, I literally I'm coming into it with an open mind. I'm not coming into it hating on Tatum. I just legitimately,
Ron?
I'm chill. I'm gonna be up there with you guys. I can't. Hey, the proof is gonna be in the pudding. I can't hate on him if he's out there locking up, if he's making the right plays, if he's making high IQ defensive plays, if he's ripping people, if he's blocking shots, if he's this elite off-ball defender that you guys say he is, and he's better than Jaylen Brown definitively. I just want to see it.
Hold on. Ron, what happens to a pick and roll when your 2 can actually guard 4s? What happens to a 2-4 pick and roll when your 2
gets
can actually
blown
guard
up.
4s?
It gets blown up.
Exactly. So when you have to guard Peyton Pritchard on that switch, now you have to scram. Now you have to send rotations. But with Jason Tatum, you don't have to rotate shit. If he gets switched on to a big, you're cool. If he gets switched on to a guard, he has enough length to contest that. That's the difference. Jason Tatum is vastly better on defense, and he's vastly better on offense. And I'm getting people telling me that Jaylen Brown, of course you won't, Joe. Of course you won't. But and I'm having people saying it's neck and neck between these two because this guy got Finals MVP. No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's not that cut and dry.
My issue,
such a cookie
my
cutter
issue,
answer.
my
We've been
issue
having
is
Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum conversations on this platform for 2 years.
It's been a while though since we had this, Morris.
I've been picking Jason Tatum every single time. So.
and as you should. But my issue is like you said, Mars. You just mentioned I'm going to use what your flaws are because essentially what it sounds like to me is you're using these guys to protect him more than anything because he's not as good. He's not as good at this stuff than you guys are, right? Yeah. So if I got a guy I got better on-ball defenders, but he's not as good off the ball, but I got better off-ball defenders. So I'm gonna put my best guy. I'm gonna put this guy who's not as good on the basketball on the rest of on this guy. When I do that, wouldn't I be putting him in a pretty precarious situation? For example, why am I putting him on Luka when Tatum can cover him better? Why am I?
Nobody can guard anybody one-on-one. So you're gonna. Okay, here's the problem. If you're a bad off-ball defender, you're gonna get cut. You're gonna get cut all day.
I don't think he's a bad one-on-one defender. But
I don't either.
Yeah, I think Jaylen Brown's better one-on-one defensively than Jaylen Brown.
But here's the thing,
than Jason Tatum. Sorry.
Even if you could say that Jaylen Brown on a 2-guard is better than Jason Tatum on a 2-guard, which I could at least hear you out in a one-on-one situation. Right. The minute you get switched, that entire situation is flipped in Jason Tatum's favor. The minute you get cross smash in transition, like that has to count. It has to count for me that if Jaylen Brown is the first guy back and Jason Tatum's the first guy back, I trust one of those guys way more to guard a big. That has to matter in terms of one-on-one defense, because this is not, hold on, this is not a lab. You don't just get to say, okay, you're only exclusively going to guard wings, Jaylen Brown, because if that's the case, sure, Jaylen Brown's a better one-on-one defender. Jason Tatum still clears him on everything else. Help defense, rotations in terms of gapping the passing lanes, in terms of being a rim protector, post defense, rebounding, all of it. So I'm sorry, he's not a top 3 passer on his team. He is probably a top 2 scorer on his team. I'll give you that, but that's it. That's it. That's the only thing. He's not a top 3 passer. He's not a top 3 defender. He's not a top 3 player on his team.
I don't think that. Wow.
Okay, so who's the 3 best Celtics? Because I feel like
now
we're going.
He might be the 3rd best player if Kristaps Porzingis is not healthy.
Which he
will.
So
who's the
Jason?
Rank the Celtics 1 through 5. Rank the Celtics 1 through 5.
Who's their best player?
Jason Tatum.
You want me to go viral for this, eh?
Okay. No,
yes.
You brought it up. You're the one who brought this up, Penn. So who's their best player?
Jason Tatum.
Who's their 2nd best player?
Jrue Holiday.
Who's their 3rd best player?
Wait. Who?
He said Jrue Holiday. That's what we said. He said Jrue Holiday. Who's their 3rd best player?
I'm torn between KP, Derek White, and Jaylen Brown. It's a 3-way tie between those 3.
And where's the separation between Jaylen Brown and Kristaps Porzingis? What separates those 2?
Kristaps Porzingis is a better rim protector. He is a better rebounder. He is a better spacer. I think his basketball IQ and overall playmaking chops are just as good, if not better. And
would that be because of the offense? I want you to keep going, but would that be because of the offense that he's in? Because it makes him more switchable. They put Kristaps in a lot of action where he's where he gets a lot more advantages and he's a lot more mismatches. So would that be because of the offense?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, they do the same thing for Jaylen Brown too, who I think Jaylen Brown's one of the best transition players in the game.
Facts.
They do the same thing for him. So with that being said, now you just
KP is an all-star level player.
Okay.
I don't get how Jrue Holiday separated himself from the rest of those guys.
I was getting to
I don't get. I don't know how it's just not a 4-way tie, but I guess.
What I'm asking, Penn, is so it sounds to me like between KP and Jaylen Brown, it sounds like it's close. It sounds like with KP's offense, because KP is as versatile as an offensive player, and he gets himself in a lot of mismatches where he can take advantage of that. Jaylen Brown, on the other hand, one of the best transition players in the game, not only one of the better transition players in the game, who's dumbed down his handle to minimize his mistakes. The defense between these two, because KP is a better, let's say, rim protector, Jaylen Brown, one-on-one, is just as good. So where's the separation between those 2 guys?
You saying I'm saying that the separation is clearly defensively. Like I'm elevating
KP and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, because here's the thing: the Celtics have 6 really good defenders, right? You could definitely lift Jrue Holiday into the tier of excellent defender. If you really value positional versatility, you could also do something similar for Jason Tatum. Everybody else is just a really good defender. I think Derek White is a more valuable defender than perhaps the rest of the field. But Kristaps Porzingis is right there. Like, as a rim protector, Kristaps Porzingis has really turned a corner for me. Like, I noticed it when he was in Washington. I was just like, this guy is just swatting shit at the rim. And we value rim protection here because we gave Rudy Gobert four Defensive Player of the Years. We gave Jaren Jackson the Defensive Player of the Year. We gave Dikembe Mutombo 5. And the guy who's protecting the most efficient place on the court. And honestly, for a Celtics team that likes to run, takes a lot of long shots, guys do run in transition. And it's valuable to me that you have a big who can run the court and actually block some shots and get back. And in terms of vertical spacing, like in terms of the floor, you could say, yeah, sure, maybe Jaylen Brown would do a better job lifting a mediocre offense than Kristaps Porzingis because he has better creation and whatever. But I think those turnovers would be insane. If you take that spacing away, like his ball skills and some of his handle and loose handle, inability to read doubles, like you're very lucky he doesn't face as many doubles as he does. Because I seen him face a double team on like last night. I think he was going at Davion Mitchell or Ochai Agbaji. He was going at Ochai Agbaji and he was hitting a brick wall. He turns his back to the help, and he has a blind spot, and Grady just picks the ball. And Grady's not a good defender. Grady's
Mars,
a terrible
this
defender.
Is exactly why, Mars. This is the logic right here. As I'm talking about when I talk about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum in terms of separation. This logic right here. He doesn't see the same coverages. He doesn't have the same responsibility on offense.
Absolutely.
This is why when I talk about Jason Tatum, I use this logic right here. Off the strength.
Let me support your man right now. Let me just say this one thing. We want. Like I think some of us, especially the old school heads, are like, we don't want these guys hunting stats. We want these guys to care about winning. Well, here's the thing: if one guy is doubled and the other guy is streaking open, we want that pass to go to the other guy. When one guy has drawn the best defender on the other team and the other guy is basically, camping out in a corner and he has a non-defender on him, we want the ball to swing to the guy who has the easier matchup because that's going to lead to easier offense. We never stop and think how much Jason Tatum sacrificed to get them through the playoffs. Like he didn't shoot well, fine. He had some hiccups with his jump shot, fine. But the fact is, if I'm a coach and I have to pick which one of these two I'm going to let go off for 40, I'm picking Jaylen Brown. Because I know that Jason Tatum's going to do a better job playmaking, even though he's not a great playmaker. He's not Luka, he's not Shea, whatever, but he's better. I think the turnovers, right? Like if Jason Tatum gets going, he's going to lift everybody else up, right? So Jason Tatum taking on that role of facilitator, sacrificing with Team USA, not pouting, not being, sulky, still trying to do his best to support his teammates. Jason Tatum just, it's so weird to me that we walked into last season with Jason Tatum potentially as a top 5 player in the NBA, and now people are suddenly down on him. And this guy just won a gold medal and an NBA championship. And we are lower on him because of our individualistic obsession and because Jaylen Brown got the Finals MVP and the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I don't care about that stuff. I know. I watch the games. I know who's covering who, and I know that if I'm an opposing coach, I know which one of these two players I am more worried about on defense. That's it.
You had me, but
Might
you said
drop.
Drew Holiday's better than.
Okay, I mean you can split hairs. Drew Holiday's getting a little bit up there. Maybe Drew Holiday's taking a step
That's
back.
not splitting hairs. That's not splitting hairs.
But I'm with you on the overall.
Jaylen Brown is
concept
better
of what
than
you're
him.
saying.
He is.
Yeah, the overall concept of what
I
you're
don't
saying
think
of
he
Jaylen
is.
Brown isn't as good as.
If you're gonna say straight up efficient offense, fine. You can say the load and creation of a Jaylen Brown, but how much of that is team construct? Look, again, when I see Jaylen Brown, I see DeMar DeRozan with slightly better defense and slightly worse passing, and that to me is not a top 15 player. That's not, and I wouldn't take DeMar DeRozan over a Kyle Lowry. I didn't take DeMar DeRozan over a Drew Holiday. I don't value that as much because low efficiency, high turnover creation is not what wins you championships. That's what gets you 8 seed every year. So high level, championship teams have high efficiency creators. And the gap, right? And look, Jaylen Brown can masquerade as a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander type. Occasionally, he can do some of the same stuff. He didn't do it like Shea. He's not as good as Shea. He can masquerade with a couple of possessions where he's going to try to do some Luka stuff. He's not Luka. I don't think
anybody argue. I don't think anybody's arguing that. I think the issue is Jaylen Brown is less than when you're talking about him and Jason Tatum. I won't argue that, but I wouldn't put him in the same category with guys like DeMar DeRozan off the strength that
DeMar's got a deeper bag. DeMar's got a deeper bag, and Jaylen Brown's a better shooter.
The fact that Jaylen Brown has dumbed down his turnovers because he's dumbed down his handle and he's gotten to spots differently than he did in years past because he was doing too much. I think that says a lot about his game. On top of that, him as a defender, how much smarter he's gotten. And sure, Penn, you can say that, you playing on a better defensive team. Well, that's not my fault. That's not my fault because I play somewhere with a bunch of damn good players. What you're not going to do is you're not going to move me from the 6-bedroom house I live in to live in the projects and go, let me see you live in the projects. No, you're not going to do that. And that's what you're trying to do with Jaylen Brown. He's effective playing on the Boston Celtics. And today, with the Boston Celtics, for the way his game is, even though it does translate to other teams, the way his game is today, he is a top 20 player in the NBA off the strength of how good he is in transition.
How can you have an almost 1-to-1 assist to turnover ratio and be a top 20 player in the league? Help me make you better be like let me ask you a question. This is a fair question. If right now we swapped
Guys like that.
Jaylen Brown for Cade Cunningham on the Detroit Pistons. Are the Detroit Pistons going to the playoffs?
Penn, that's
Okay,
a bad
wait,
example
wait,
because
that's a
nobody's dragging
That's
him
a
to the
great
playoffs.
example because now
no
you don't
one was
have
getting
the
the-
floor
no one was
raising.
getting the
You don't
Pistons
have
playoffs.
Jason Tatum anymore. You don't have KP. You don't have this spread out offense. You don't have great defenders around you. So now you're going to carry Jaden Ivey. Like, look, we malign a lot of
Penn,
players who
nobody's
play.
carrying them to the playoffs though.
No,
Like, I feel like
hold on.
this whole
That's not true.
conversation,
That's not true.
this whole
Because
conversation,
if I put Giannis
like,
in
yeah.
place of Cade, he would carry them to the playoffs. If I put Joel Embiid, I mean, forget about Joel Embiid. If I put Jason Tatum on the Boston on the Detroit Pistons right now, yes, he would.
no, he's not.
Get out
No,
of
he's
here.
not.
Yes,
And
he
see,
would.
this is what I'm trying to say.
This hypothetical.
You didn't just knock Jaylen Brown all the way down to the basement, and now you're trying to push Jason Tatum all the way up to the attic. That's not happening. It's
What-
There's
look,
a gap.
the Celtics do the same thing with Jaylen Brown as they do with Jason Tatum. Like it or love it, they're the same exact team. If Jaylen Brown takes them to the,
No,
I'm not
they're
saying
not.
it looks. I'm not saying it looks the same. I'm not saying it
looks.
looks. They achieve the same amount of team success.
So if you take
You're
Jaylen Brown off
kidding
the
me.
Boston Celtics, you think they still win the NBA championship?
What are you replacing him with?
And who are you replacing him with?
If you replace him with DeMar
So if you
DeRozan,
take so
yes.
if you
If
put
replace
Cade
him with Zach
Cunningham on
LaVine,
the
yes. If you replace him with Zach LaVine and he's healthy, hell yes, they win a championship. Yes. If you,
The 74.
I'm not
I
lying.
mean I
If
don't
you replace
disagree
him
with that. They are that good. The Celtics are that good. But we're not about to do all of this to knock Jaylen Brown.
There's a reason
just
why they're
because
that
he's
good,
playing
though,
with these
Ron.
good
They're
guys.
that-
knocking him. We're trying to put a realistic perspective because
There's a
what
reason
I
why
feel
they're that
is
good.
when you start calling him better than Spider Mitchell, I think you've lost the plot.
No,
Like,
But
you're
Penn,
losing
who
losing
said
your
that
mind.
though?
I don't
No,
know. The only
nobody
person I
up
know,
here has
the only
said that.
person I know who like holds Jaylen Brown to that level.
Do you guys have
is
him
Bosch.
higher than Donovan Mitchell on your list?
Nobody up here has him.
No one had him. The only person I think might is Ox. But the 1-to-1 assist to turnover ratio thing confuses me because I'm pretty sure Wemby has a 1-to-1 assist to turnover ratio.
He's a center,
so
and he was a
does
rookie.
Joel Embiid. I mean, we've had plenty of
These
guys.
are
Joel
centers.
Embiid,
Him being a
Dwight
rookie doesn't
Howard.
change that you think he's top 20.
Top 10 at the end of the season.
We've had plenty
I
of guys.
think
Dwight Howard had that. Dwight Howard was a top 5 player, and he had a.
Joe, if you have to compare a guard, allegedly one of the best guards in the league, to Dwight Howard, you've already lost the argument.
No, absolutely not. And the
No,
reason
but
why is
you
because
said
one,
what player had a 1-to-1 assist to turnover ratio?
Right, you didn't
And
say
was
wing.
a top 20 player. That's
and
fair.
not only did you not
wing
say
player
that.
or guard, what wing or guard had a 1-to-1 assist to turnover ratio and was considered a top 20 player?
I
I'll
think
hold
that's
my
a bad
breath.
example, Penn, because
How
we're
many
not.
Great
turnovers was
example.
Carmelo averaging in his prime? And that's what we need to find. How many turnovers?
There's
And
no
what-
way in hell
what
Carmelo
is
was assisting a
Jeremy
bit.
Grant?
Yeah, I might have a.
Nope.
What is Jeremy Grant doing out in Portland? I mean,
When did Melo become a top 20 player?
Probably by year 3, year 4.
2005?
Year 4 at the latest.
2005, he averaged
2006.
2006, he averaged 2.7 assists and 2.7 turnovers.
that's
Exactly.
1-to-1 right there.
Let's go!
That's
All
one
right.
right
Let's
there.
try. I do
All right.
this.
All right, y'all. We do got to move on because
Come
we
on,
got to
man,
get to
I
these
do
All
this.
NBA teams.
Carmelo clears though.
But
I agree,
we will,
but I do this, man. First
Damn it.
attempt.
we will see if Jaylen Brown does make an All NBA team. We'll see if Drew Holiday does. We'll see if Kristaps Porzingis does. Hell, we'll see if Jason Tatum does as well. But let's go ahead and get into it, fellas. I have given us our top 35 players. If it's anybody else outside of this top 35 list that you guys feel should be on here, let me know and we'll get
Bring
into
him
it.
up
What's
when
going
the
on? What's
Jaylen
going
Brown
on?
segment ends.
I didn't want to come on until it was over. I didn't have time for that nonsense.
I figured that was the case.
I kept my camera off for a reason, Morris. I'm like, shit was dumb. Let's go, man. What we doing?
All right, here we go. I'm going to throw a player out there, and we are each individually going to say what team that we think they should be on, or if they should be on no team. And it will kind of be a majority rules type of thing. When it's all said and done, we may have 5 players or more players in the first tier. We're gonna have to do some tinkering one way or another. So when it's all said and done, we'll get to that point.
Okay.
Now, Ron, when you'll say Donovan Mitchell is
Yeah.
he an All NBA player or
Mhm.
first team All NBA? Is that what we're doing, or just All
Yeah,
NBA?
yeah. So chill. Y'all say
Okay.
first. Mars will say second. Ox will say he's not up there. I'll say he's not
Gotcha.
up there. Pennis say third, and then
Okay, I'm with you.
He is
Got you,
literally
got you.
third for me. All right.
We need to add, but also we need to add a third team all league defensive team too to the NBA. But keep it going, keep going. I'm sorry.
I agree with that too.
That would be unfair to the people who only had 2 teams back in the day.
Also, I do want to shout out our Hall of Famers. We have Arch Prime, Hunting Gilgores, Multi Kenny, and Cobra Son of Raditz. Salute to them. Salute to everybody else that has became a member in this last month. Go ahead and re-up your memberships because, well, the NBA season starts next weekend. It's about to get crazy over here on the Players' Choice platform. Y'all know how we do during the regular NBA season. It's going to be nothing short of fun. But let's go ahead and get into it, fellas. The first name I have on this list is Devin Booker.
Third team.
Are you picking name? Are you?
Going around.
That's what I'm saying. Are you picking people?
No, he
or-
wants all of us to,
Okay, so Mars, who do you got? What first, second, or third team for Book?
or no team. We don't know.
Or no team? I'm sorry. Or
I'm trying to think if I think he's gonna play 65 games. That's what I'm trying to think.
Mm-hmm.
65 games part is tricky.
That matters.
That's why that's gonna be my decision for a lot of people. Last
Mhm.
year he played.
matters.
Last year he made an All NBA team, I think. So
That's a big reason how I did my teams was at 65 games too.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah,
it's really
that-
important to understand also that voters typically will vote players in when they have a contract boost. That's happened a few times now. It happened with JB.
oh, so
I
De'Aaron
think it
Fox
happened
gonna
with
make it.
Tyrese.
100% Mars. He's going to be an All Pro this year.
De'Aaron
No
Fox-
doubt
Okay,
about
so
it.
He's gonna make it because of that. De'Aaron Fox is gonna get that because he made it. You know what I'm saying? Like he going crazy this year based on.
But
that.
he's gonna make it. But
He's
he's
going to
gonna
be an
make
All
it.
Pro.
$70 million. He's going crazy. Bro.
I'll put Devin Booker. I'll say second team, and we'll see how it shakes out.
Hmm.
Ox,
I
chill.
think Devin Booker's the third team All Pro this year. I think he's going to play 65 games. Mhm.
I also think Devin will be a third team.
Okay. I got him at 3 too. So as of right now, Devin Booker will go in that third team tier.
Mhm.
And that's the first person on third team. Next, Rudy Gobert.
No team.
Yeah, he's not making it. We can keep pushing. He's not making
Which is
Rudy
whack
Gobert?
too, but he's not. Mm-mm.
That's not whack at all.
it. The fact that he's made it as many times as he has, shout out to him, man.
Mhm.
How many times has he made it?
5.
4 times. He's got more All NBA selections than Devin Booker.
Mhm.
That's insane.
Nice.
Shout out Rudy, man. He putting in that work.
Mars, you're the
All right.
same one who told me that he was the best player on that 21 team.
And he made All NBA.
Yes.
I ain't got a problem with him ever making it. I just said he got more than Devin Booker. That's all I said. Twice as many. I think he's made it more than Ray Allen did and Vince Carter
Yep.
did.
And Reggie Miller. Mhm.
Shout out to Rudy Gobert.
Yes, sir.
No wonder Shaq's so mad.
Yes. He's
Hello?
never getting off that. Never getting off that. Rudy Gobert is not making. Rudy Gobert is not making an All NBA team this year. He's not. He is going to make the All League. He is going to make the. He could make the All League defensive team, but he's not going to make the All League All NBA team. No, that's not.
Rudy Gobert will be a third team All NBA round. I can
You got him at 3, Ox?
I can guarantee that.
Guarantee. He's not making it over Demontis Sabonis.
I mean, it's not positional anymore. So I mean, that could be 15
Which also sucks. I hate that, but
So, Ox, are you the only one that voted him on the team?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't keep track of nobody else's vote but mine.
All right. Well, Rudy Gobert, as of right now, is not on a team. Next up,
Ox is keeping. Ox, you only keeping what's going on in your house. That's all you care about.
Well, yeah, I just don't got time to be focused on nothing else. I'm just worried about my.
I can get with that. Sure, I can definitely get with that. I can't worry myself with what's going on in somebody else's house. Word.
I'm focused right now, chill. I went to New York and got packed up this weekend, so I'm focused right now.
Oh, you guys go cooked? Oh my god!
I mean, there were determining factors into why that happened. It
You
wasn't
go
just
cooked.
that
Keep it pushing. We don't need excuses. You guys.
We really don't, Ron.
Yeah,
You got your ass bust. So what?
All right,
Okay.
chill.
I mean,
Chill.
I'm gonna go that far, chill. I mean, we put in some work, but it was things happen.
I'm just
I don't know how I
saying,
can
like,
take
you
it
know,
as
like
loss
when a team is missing one of their star players, like they don't typically go as far as they typically go.
That's not an excuse. That's a
So
reason.
you guys just not the Celtics is what I'm hearing.
That's not an excuse. That's a
Well,
reason.
I mean,
Those
you
things
only
are not
can
the
have
same.
4 players in a 3-on-3 tournament. So, like, if one person just decides to do a no show, no call, no reply,
You had 3, so you were still able to play with the right
Yeah.
business.
I mean,
You
let's
was out there.
keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Ox don't want ruffle no feathers. I can dig it.
I don't mind ruffling no feathers. I just don't want my feathers ruffled right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about it. You know? I
Hey,
don't
well,
mind ruffling nobody else's feathers though.
the footage will drop soon. So when the footage drops, it's no stopping feathers from getting ruffled once the people get to see what actually happened in New York. But shout out New York. I had a good time.
Yeah, but I need my get back chill. I'll be back in April.
I'll be back in November.
New York can't get the one up on me.
But all right,
you know
y'all.
what, though, chill? My bad, Ron. My bad. I do want to say though, that was my first time actually getting in the parks in New York, playing in the parks out there. That was fun. I can't wait to do that again. Like that was dope. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. Shout out to the New York parks.
Next up, we have SGA.
Moss.
First team. Easy. This is
First team.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. Shea gonna enter some interesting conversations this year, man. Like,
What are those conversations?
Me personally, I think there's been not a gap, but like for me, there's been a clear top 4 guys, and then like 5th, you could have the conversation. SGA, if that pull up 3 is real, I think he separates himself from the second group and enters that first group of those main 4. In my opinion. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the answer.
Luka conversations are going to be real this year. There's going to be like
I think they should be viewed as real, but I don't think they will be because Luka's going to fill up the box score in ways that SGA won't. But from a skill set perspective, being unstoppable, game plans, all of those things. Plus, I think SGA still does provide more defensive value than Luka. All of those things, I do think the conversation should be valid to have. But I don't think it will be viewed that way because
even if 1 for 1, it isn't a straight comp. I think the fact that the OKC Thunder will very, very likely be better than the Dallas Mavericks in the regular season, it would elevate SGA into those conversations as their best player, and not even like their best player. He's clearly the best player. So as the leader of that group and potentially, and obviously I pick OKC to win the championship, but if that team starts out like 50-7 or 50-9 or something like that, and they fully could, right? In a stacked West, and they start running away with the group, and he's the best player, and he's averaging 30 a game. Yeah, you're gonna have some really crazy conversations about SGA.
But he did that last year, though. I mean, with the exception of winning the championship, he did that last year.
He look better now. He look better now. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I was about to say, go ahead, Ron.
That goes with what you say though, all the time. Like if a dude does it for 1 year, you're like, okay. But if you do it for 3 straight years, and I'm talking about him averaging 30.
We got to start talking about something different. We have to.
You
top
always
of the
win it
conference,
the year
2
after.
straight years.
We got to start talking about something different.
You get praised the year after. So
yeah.
Last year, Shaq was saying he should have won MVP, whatever. I don't agree with that, but sure. Some people think he should have won MVP. This year, if he does it again, but he does it a little bit better, they will 100% give him the MVP. And yeah, I think it's going to be.
And
cool.
I think he played good enough last year. Like my 2 front runners for MVP last year was Shea and Luka, and
over Jokic.
Yeah, we done with that fat guy, man.
Yeah, I did. I thought they both.
Swiper about to pull up on you in a ski mask right now. Okay,
I think they both.
Ox or Mars or both.
Swiper no better.
Both of them. He's going to be going to Great Britain, and he's going to be going over to Ox in Portland.
I don't know what he waiting for him in Great Britain. I don't know what.
Ox, you said both of them, both SGA and Luka.
He's going to stop by your woodshed in Alabama.
They both made a good enough case to be MVP last year for sure.
I didn't have a problem with Joker winning it, and I didn't have a problem with SGA losing. I just had a problem with he got robbed. Like, wait a minute. Okay,
right. There was no rivalry.
No,
Sean.
He did not get robbed. I mean, he lost to the best player in the league. That's who he lost to. Who played great last season. When I watched, and again, I watched a little bit. I didn't watch much of Oklahoma City last night. I watched a little bit of it, and the thing that I saw more than anything from SGA is I love how one, shifty he is, and two, he is not going to let you speed him up or slow him down. He's going to play at his own pace. He knows how to slam the brakes on, and he also knows how to step on the accelerator. And when you have that kind of shiftiness and that kind of pace, and you're not going to let anybody slow you down or speed you up, it's impossible to stay in front of a guy like that. Now, to Mars's point, if he's going to, if he puts that stop and pop long ball in his game, I think we can have a different conversation about it.
And I still think Luka's probably better than him. I'm pointing out that.
Yep.
I think the conversation won't be outrageous, but people will view it as such because Shai's going to average like 31, 6, and 5, and Luka's going to average 35, 10, and 10. So it's going to be like, how can we have this conversation? But I just feel like I don't know what you do with Shai, if I'm being honest. If he's making that pull-up three, I don't know what you're meant to do.
You don't.
That pull-up three is dope for Shai and all that, right?
Yep.
But I'm kind of the mind where it's like you got a basketball player, they're not going to be good at everything. You know what I'm saying? There's just going to be certain things that you can't do. Like, and you just got to accept that in your game sometimes. And he doesn't have to get that pull-up three ball in his game to be MVP or to be unstoppable or to not be able to cook. He can just keep getting more proficient at the things he does, keep getting stronger, and even more importantly than that, keep having a better team. His teammates just got better. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
And, you know,
he's already proficient in that mid-range game, though. Like, I don't.
One of the best in the league.
It's hard for him to add to that. Like, obviously, you can get better. You can go from great to excellent. You can go from excellent to whatever the tier is above that. Phenomenal.
Now, wait a minute, Ron. Wait
What's
a minute, Ron. We're not talking about SGA being a knockdown long ball shooter. No, I ain't saying that. But if it's respectable, where we get him in the stop and pop in transition, where it's respectable, I think we can have a different conversation.
I think it's already respectable, though.
Teams of all the things to live
they'll
with,
live with that. They'll live with that.
They live with it because they have to.
But
They don't live with it because they necessarily want
He
to.
gets to a point where he can now kill you with that because he's already one of the best drivers in the league, especially like on a volume base. Like he drives more than anyone. He's already one of the best mid-range players in the league. He shoots them damn near more than anyone. If he's now one of the better pull-up three-point shooters in the league, or just one of the better three-point shooters in general, he doesn't need to shoot 10 a game. I'm not saying on a volume perspective, but if he's shooting at a high clip from three, wide open catch and shoots, or he can get to his step back, or he can get to his pull-up where he's shooting with forward momentum now, because all of his pull-up threes last year were pretty much step backs because he just shoots better with backward momentum, similar to Luka. But if he's shooting pull-up threes in a variety of situations, he's now one of the best drivers, best mid-range shooters, and one of the best three-point shooters.
But how does that happen, Mars? How does he just become that?
I mean, his release looks smoother this year in terms of it looks more conducive for.
Looks like he got stronger, maybe.
I don't know what I don't know who he worked. I don't know who he worked with. I think OKC have Chip England over there, so maybe Chip England been working with him about just there used to be like a little hitch in his 3-point release. The hitch doesn't look to be there anymore.
That's
so
driver thing.
So I'm
driver.
This is a great math problem.
I'm very well aware. Like I'm very well aware of what the offseason is for and what players are doing in the offseason.
Yep.
But for him to just become have a high clip, one of the top guys, I think that's just unrealistic. Now, like to Chill's point, like I get what you're saying, Chill. Like if you got to close out on me, that's just as good to me.
Right.
It's like if you feel like you can't just let me shoot it, that's good enough for me to have. Now I got easier lanes to the rack. As y'all already said, he's great in the mid range, but now if you got to come out to me, then now I'm going to be even more wide open there. So I can see that, but I don't understand a guy just being whatever he was last year to one of the top pull-up 3-point shooters this year.
He has indicators. I mean, like he has great touch, the free throw percentage. He also has years where he shot well from three. I can't remember what year it was. 21,
20.
Maybe? One of those years earlier on, he was shooting like 40% from three on pretty good volume, and it's gone down, but his release has changed since that point. But now it looks more fluid. So he has indicators of being a good shooter. But your point about it opens up more, yes. It's less about the percentages that one shoots, and it's more about how teams treat your ability to do so. Exactly. Someone could shoot 45% from three and be deemed as less of a threat than someone who shoots 36%. Trae Young gets more attention on the outside than Bilal Coulibaly, even though I think Bilal shot a better percentage from three. I use Bilal because that was the argument we had during the season about floor spacing. But if Shai just gets treated as if he's that dangerous of a shooter, that opens up his driving game even more. that opens up his mid-range game even more to where he doesn't need to shoot 9 threes a game. But if he's treated as if he's dangerous enough to where 9 threes a game will kill you, he's going to be so much better at the things he's already the best in the league at. That's what makes him an unsolvable problem.
Which is ironic, Mars, because a guy, really quickly, Penn, and I want to hear what you have to say about this, but it's ironic, too, considering a guy at 6'6" who doesn't play above the rim, and he doesn't. He plays below the rim. You would think that a guy who gets to the rim with that kind of volume and finishes the way he does, I would think that he would play above the rim, but he's not a super duper athlete, right? He's not throwing the ball over the top of guys, but he's able to get to the rim and finish with the best of them. So I try to make sense of a lot of stuff that Shea does. It's some of it is confusing.
He's not.
He just know how to use his body.
Vertical. He's not a great vertical athlete. He is a great functional athlete. And I think that matters.
Those
right.
But acceleration, agility, all of those things.
Vince Carter was a better athlete than Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. It matters to some extent, but at the end of the day, balance has to matter. Coordination has to matter. Core strength has to matter. And your footwork has to matter. You know, all these things have to matter. And you know, I love that we're discussing this because the point of the pull-up threat, right? What Mars was saying, to extend on that point, what happens when you are a threat to score on the pull-up, especially coming off of like deep range, like Steph Curry or something like that, you pull the defense so far up the court that you open the paint for cutters and rollers. That paint needs to open up. Like you need it to open up because that's the most efficient place in the on the basketball court. So that threat to shoot, when you widen that angle on the pull-up, so when Shea comes off a screen and he's a threat to conclusively bury you at 28 feet, 27 feet, if he's a threat to do that, that's Chet, that's Isaiah Hartenstein diving to the basket, and that's the big having to lift up and not being able to play drop in that coverage. So that's going to be very helpful. So I love that we're discussing the equation. Here's a number that's baffling my mind. We got nearly 1,000 people in here. We only got 126 likes. What are y'all doing? Hit the like button.
And doing Ron's job for him is crazy.
Ron, get on your garbage, Mars. Trash. What is this dude doing?
No, what are y'all doing here? I'm not doing my job, but y'all not doing your jobs either. If y'all do your jobs, maybe I'll do my job.
Focus, Ron.
Y'all want to see me? Y'all want to see me host better?
SGA,
like the video.
SGA first team All NBA. No
yes,
doubt about it.
First team.
Yo, wait, chat. Like this video to get Ron some hosting classes.
Thank you. That's really ultimately what I need.
Let's do it.
The more you guys the more money can get donated towards me
just so you know.
Working on my craft, you know? If not, I'm just going to be...
I function with the L host. I think a W host might throw the vibe off. Personally, I think if Ron went from just the L host to a W host, the show wouldn't be the same. You know what I mean?
So you might have to stay whack, Ron, in order to keep my man Ox functioning.
Stay weak as hell. We'll be all right.
Yeah, you being bad makes the whole team better.
That's crazy.
No doubt. It seems like we're just doing an incredible carry job.
That's what we're doing, and it's working. So let's keep that motion. Let's do that.
Yo, chat. Can you guys let me know what starter I am on a good team?
According to Penn, you're Jaylen Brown.
What's their name? Andre Robinson.
Hey,
all right, bro. All right, nah. I don't want to do this no more. Chat, we're not doing this.
So focus, Ron. SGA first team All NBA.
Yeah, first team.
Ox.
SGA already said first team.
All right, cool. So SGA will move up to that first team category. And next we have.
When did Prince Billups start?
Yo, Ox, didn't I say we're not doing this?
My fault. Go ahead, bro.
All right. Next we have this, and this one should be interesting. Jalen Brunson.
Oh yeah, I think I got him
off. Wait, what am I doing? Well, I heard Jalen. I thought Brown, and I put him off.
He's such a hater. Oh my
God. I got Jalen Brunson second team. I got him second team, bro. Jalen Brunson.
Partially that's just because of the voting boost from New York. That is a huge media market.
See, that's what I'm not trying to hear, man.
I'm not sure New York that couldn't get him an All-Star game.
Okay, first of all,
not only not getting him an All-Star game, he's supposed to be a starter. Everybody was complaining about him not being that. So now he's going to be on a team with Bridges. Now he's going to be on a team with OG Anunoby, who you love, by the way. And now he's going to be on a team with the best shooting big man in the game in Cat. And now that's going to boost him and make him even better.
Yeah, why not?
Even though all the work that he did last year,
nasty.
I don't argue that. I won't argue
that's going to be dynamite. If Cat plays 65
However,
games, Jalen Brunson's assists are going to go up. The gaps
a lot of
that
the stuff that you saw him do last year, though, Penn, was because of that group being decimated. A lot of that was because of that group being decimated. Now, him being the scorer and the bucket getter that he is, I'm not going to take that much away from him because I do think that that's going to go on. I do think that that's going to go on. But he's got better scorers and better offensive players playing with him this year. So the 27, 28 a game, I wouldn't be surprised if that went down. I wouldn't be.
It's going to be easier for him, Chill. With Cat out there, it's going to be a lot easier. Jalen Brunson showed last year that he's a tough shot maker. They had some of their best. They had some of their best perimeter defenders guarding him, even bigger guys. And they, you know what I'm saying? He was sometimes shooting over double teams. He was working out. He was showing that he's a tough shot maker. Chill. The floor is going to open up a lot for him. Y'all was just talking about that pick and pop with Cat. If you pick and pop up top, it makes it even harder to double, makes it even harder to send that pressure. Jalen Brunson is going to eat this year.
Ox, if he's doing what you say he's going to do, because again, I'm talking about him in the pick and pop with Cat. I'm talking about him in transition because they're going to be a better defensive team. So he's going to be able to play faster. So that stop and pop game is going to be different. So if I'm looking at 27, 28 a game on this Knicks team, who we think is a top 2 team in the East, Jalen Brunson might be the league MVP this year.
Chill, that's not far.
That's really not ridiculous.
I'm gonna tell you this. Look, because those guys, the other guys, like so, Mikal, Josh, and OG. Specifically, Mikal and OG. Let's talk about we could all three of them put them in the same group real quick.
Sure.
Mikal, Josh, and OG. Them 3 dudes aren't there to score the basketball.
That's not true.
Like that.
OG is definitely there to score the
basketball.
Keep going.
Let me finish what I'm saying before you tell
me. Keep going, Ox. Keep going.
If they're not there to score the basketball, they're going to score the ball. Like they're going to score the ball. Sure. I think if all 3 of those guys together, it's basketball. There's 48 minutes. They're going to put the ball in the basket. But they're not there for that. Their biggest job is cause hell. Them 3 dudes are going to be getting offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, causing all types of full court pressure on defense, getting in passing lanes. Those 3 dudes are going to be there to cause controlled chaos. Coach Tibbs is going to sick them on everybody. Sure. Them 3 dudes, he going to get them. And
so Jalen Brunson and Cat.
That's a pit bull, a Corso, and a Rottweiler, right?
So in your estimation, Ox, Jalen Brown and Cat are the bucket getters. Those other dudes, those other dudes are the dudes that's going to do the other stuff
and score. Like let's say,
but primarily the bucket getters. Let me rephrase that. Primarily the bucket getters.
Right. Those three dudes can come if they can combine from anywhere to, let's call it 44 to 53 a night. Those 3 dudes can combine for anywhere from 44 to 53 tonight. They're winning basketball games. They're going to be a 55, 50, 56 plus win team. Like Jalen Brunson and Cat, all they got to do is do what they do. And I already told you how I feel about Jalen Brunson last year. I've never been flip-flopped like that ever in my life. I was this way on Jalen Brunson.
You was flip-flop because they got bogey. Stop. They had nothing to do with
it. No, I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about him as a player. Jalen Brunson was better than De'Aaron. I had Jalen Brunson like, he better than De'Aaron. He going band for band, bucket for bucket with anybody.
He for sure doing that.
Anybody.
But, all right, so
hang on.
You got him third?
Ox, hang on there. If you put De'Aaron Fox in New York,
he's in Sacramento.
How much worse is he? How much worse are the Knicks with De'Aaron Fox than Jalen Brunson?
I don't think they're worse. I don't see. That's my thing. That's my thing. All these dudes are so good at basketball that just because I'm saying he's better than him doesn't mean it's like, it's not.
You want me to get real controversial? They're better.
No team. That's
I do
fine.
too.
I was about to argue.
I do too.
Well, I could see that. Like that's not far fetched, but
what that defense to look like with De'Aaron over there?
Yeah, because De'Aaron Fox is borderline only defender.
We're gonna put
that's right, Mars.
But
exactly.
This is the
problem. That's not crazy, bro. That's not crazy.
Yo, we got to get back to Jalen Brunson though. Chill. You said he could potentially be MVP, but you never gave me the team that you think he could be on.
This is why I hate this positionless thing. I hate it because if it wasn't that, I think that he'd be first team All Pro. But we got a bunch of big guys in the league, plus what Luka is doing, plus what SGA is doing. I think he's second team this season.
All right, Jalen Brunson will be on the second team. Chill Penn and Ox both chose second. Mars, I was with you on third. I do see a world where he gets second, but hey, he's on second team, so let's do it. Next up, we talked about De'Aaron Fox, but we're going to talk about Domantas Sabonis now.
Third team.
I don't think any team.
I think they're gonna make up for snubbing him from the All-Star game.
You know who could push him? Alperen Şengün. I really think so. I think
he's making free throws.
Dude, like Alperen Şengün has been crazy. I know it's preseason, but like dude is really he's inspiring some confidence. I don't know what the league is supposed to do with this guy.
Domantas Sabonis might be the most underappreciated guy in the entire league. Not underrated. He might be the most underappreciated guy in the league. I'm watching the guy.
It's Anthony Davis. It's Anthony.
The most
Trae Young.
I think he might be the most. I think he might for what he does for that Sacramento Kings team. They run that offense through him. He's their best rebounder. Is he their best? Is he their best rim protector? Probably. Yes.
I want
Is he a great
rebounds
defensive player
out of the game just so I don't have to listen to Chilltown gas up every good rebounder every single game.
I mean, being a good rebounder is
important, but like how about everything?
It's 100% that. Did you not watch the Minnesota and Knicks game? Did you watch the Minnesota and Knicks game the other night when I'm watching Anthony Edwards put Jaylen Brunson in a box? Put him in a box. And what happened? The Knicks end up getting
Jaylen Brunson's game.
but then Cat got the rebound and then went out to shoot a three. So I mean,
so now they get another possession. When you rebound the basketball, we shut down stuff like that. We now have to. What happens the next trip if we rebound? If Anthony Edwards gets that stop and we rebound the basketball, now we got to be more. Now we got to be more conscious of where we get the ball to Jaylen Brunson because he got a dog in front of him that can't get around him, especially if we rebound in the basketball. Now, now back to what we just were talking about. When I think about Sabonis, the passer that he is, I still want to see him knock down that mid-range more because I think that would expand his game. But when I think about everything he does for Sacramento, the glass cleaner that he is, the ball handler that he is, the playmaker that he is, the distributor that he is, we're talking about a guy who led the league last year in double-doubles and second in triple-doubles. I don't think that's ever happened in NBA history where a guy led the league in double-doubles and second in triple-doubles and was not an all-pro, let alone an all-star. I don't think that's ever happened in NBA history, ever.
Let's go look at what Russell Westbrook was doing in Washington.
I would love to. I would love to see that.
If I go 2 for 2 on being right,
please,
on the first
please tell me.
Mars and Google, man.
I think
Russell Westbrook. I might have a shot. He had 59 double doubles in 2021 and 38 triple doubles.
Now remember, Mars. This is the same Russell Westbrook who the year before that did he not average a triple double?
Okay,
he averaged triple double in that year.
If you're gonna talk about all the great stuff that Domantas Sabonis does, and believe me, I'm with you on a lot of the good stuff, the playmaking, some of the primacy, some of the ball handling at that size, and operating out of the hub. Can we talk about the rim defense? Can we talk about the lack of spacing
before we do that?
Because that's fair too, right? Because if you're gonna say, because I don't think most of us have Anthony Davis here, and I think that's fair, probably because you're assuming he's gonna miss games. Anthony Davis is a better player than Domantas Sabonis.
I won't argue that.
Clearly,
I won't argue
that. But Domas is going to have better numbers at the end of the year because he's going to rack up the assists. He's going to probably have more rebounds. Probably going to play more games. So yeah, and the Kings, in my opinion, are going to be better than the Lakers this year. So at that point, will we be crying that Anthony Davis is criminally underrated because he should have been on that team? Like right now, would the Kings be better with Anthony Davis or Domantas Sabonis? Again. You gotta, people are tired of me doing the hypotheticals of swapping players on teams, but it matters. Like if you're telling me one player is better than the other, then I have to factor for context, right?
Well, they do different things though. They do two different things though. Anthony Davis is a defender who can score. Sabonis is a scorer.
They're both passers. They're both good passers. They're both good.
And Sabonis is a better passer and playmaker than Anthony Davis with the basketball.
Yes.
With the basketball.
But Anthony Davis is no slouch. He's a really good playmaker.
Yeah, and Sabonis is better. Sabonis is better.
100%, he is better than him at that. So now, when you factor in the other stuff, when you just said underrated, I didn't say underrated. I'm thinking about underappreciated. When you have a guy who does as much as he does, I don't underappreciate who Anthony Davis is, especially when we're talking about a guy who's arguably the best defensive player in the game. I don't think that's underappreciated.
He doesn't get appreciated like one, but I mean, I guess.
Oh, 100% he does, Mars.
we
I
gonna talk
know
about
how
that
these-
ESPN list that came out. We're gonna
Look.
talk about how underappreciated Anthony Davis is. But
I know how these
we'll get
voters
to it.
think. I'm putting Sabonis.
Maybe
on my
we
third-
overappreciate
third
him over
team.
here.
I'm putting
Hell
Sabonis
no.
on my third team because that's
I might need
that's
to
who
make
vote-
up for how much
voters
he's
like triple
underappreciated.
doubles.
Might be the best player in the world.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
So,
2021 Russell Westbrook.
Go ahead.
Technically, he was
Here we
second in double doubles, right?
Mhm.
Technically.
What,
he
what,
played-
what does that mean, Mars? Was
Wait,
he,
no,
was
no,
he, was
but no,
he,
because
was
I-
he second
because-
in double doubles or not?
because he played 65 games, right? And he had 59 double doubles. The
Okay.
person who led in double doubles had 60 double doubles, so one more, but he played 7 more games.
Hey,
That don't matter, Mark.
Wait.
Keep going,
But then
keep going,
also,
double doubles
Russell
per
Westbrook-
game. New metric.
yeah, so on a per game basis, Russ got more double doubles. But I get it, he was one behind. But then I look at triple doubles, he had 38, and the person who was second had 16.
yep.
So
it's a double.
really, like he kind of dominated the double double, triple double category
Sure.
more than Sabonis did.
Everyone just hone in on Ron's face right now.
So
He's so proud.
kind
He's
of,
like a proud papa.
technically,
I
he
just
ain't
want
leading
someone
the
to
league in
love me
double-doubles.
the way Ron loves Russell Westbrook.
Nah,
Can anybody
it's
love me the
Sabonis
way-
too, though. I got big love for Sabonis.
Yeah, I'm just saying, technically, he ain't lead the league in
You just
double
hate
doubles,
defense,
but he
don't
was
you?
one behind, and then he also had.
So
more
he
than
was in the
five-
I like
category.
Jaylen Brown's
right?
defense.
But he was in the
I feel
category.
like I'm pretty
Now,
close to being right.
with,
I
now,
feel like-
but with that being said, Mars, what you just said, what was the topic? I was talking about guys being underappreciated. The fact that Russell Westbrook, 3 seasons previous to that, I'm sorry, Mars, can you tell the people what he did?
Oh, he averaged a triple double.
Yes, and the fact that he averaged a triple double, made the All Pro team, it became something that's now second nature. He goes to Washington, he's 22, 11, and 10, and it's like, oh, that's just you. No big
22,
deal.
11, and 12.
I'm sorry, 22, 11, and 12. Oh, that's just you. That's just what you do. So
They're all
but-
NBA team. That
Yeah,
year.
Yeah,
That-
but he ain't making all NBA team, and it's
which was wrong, which was 100%
second in
wrong.
double
Fellas, we got to get back
I
to
know we gotta
Sabonis
move
though.
on. Yes, we do.
So,
We have to get back to Sabonis.
Everybody, let me know one more time who you got.
Third.
First.
None.
Third. I got him on third. I got him on third.
Excuse me.
Mars.
He made it last year, right?
No.
Nope.
You won all NBA last year?
No.
Nope.
No All-Star team neither.
I knew he ain't make it all
That's
star. I thought he
crazy.
made the all NBA team.
Nope.
Because that's going to determine.
He'll get the makeup vote this year.
He was all NBA 13. You liars! What are you talking about?
Oh,
made
it was my bad. It was the
Yeah.
end. It was the end. It was the end.
Yeah,
My bad. My bad. It
He
was
was
the end.
not
It was
making
He
it.
made it. No, he's not making it this year. Look, you guys tried to trick me into saying he didn't make it last year. Like, no, making it.
Nah, I know one of them did. My bad. It was the end. It was the end.
Yeah,
So
he got
you-
snubbed from the All Star game and made the All NBA team. I remember.
You don't got him, Mars?
Nah.
All right, I got him at third
expected
too.
I expected more from a DeMontis Sabonis fan. Come on, man.
We'll
You gotta
get
know.
Sabonis. Sabonis will
Gotta
go
know
on our
what?
third team.
He made
part-
third team All NBA. You don't know your favorite player made third team All NBA? Come on,
He's not my favorite player, but
one of your favorite players.
still, like, how I'm supposed to? I'm supposed to remember that. I knew one of them didn't make the team.
My bad. You only remember if you made third team All NBA to keep the logic from earlier.
Exactly.
When you make third team All NBA, you're gonna register that. But
I'll
DeMontis
remember that
Sabonis-
forever.
DeMontis Sabonis can
and
win
I would
MVPs.
never
You
let
don't
you
give a
forget
shit.
it
Okay,
Someone just said Anthony Davis is a hyped Chris Bosch.
get the hell out of here, man.
That's not a terrible.
But
take.
he not underappreciated.
That's not a terrible take.
That's not a terrible take.
You
It's
understand the
wrong.
gap between Chris
It's
I
Bosh
don't
wrong.
think that's that
Anthony
crazy
Davis.
either.
Hold on.
What the hell are you doing?
Underappreciated. I'm
Mars-
telling you, underappreciated.
Mars, what I'm saying is it's wrong. It's definitely not true, but it's not crazy. Chris Bosh was that good.
It's crazy.
Underappreciated.
No, it's crazy.
Underappreciated.
Hey,
It's
Chris Bosh was
absolutely
that
insane.
Good,
What are we doing?
Hey, look.
Anthony
if,
Davis is
if,
a top 5 player. Chris Bosh was never a top 5 player. Chris
I'm
Bosh
talking
won
about Chris
3
Bosh.
playoff.
Chris Bosh-
Hold on. Chris Bosh won 3 playoff games in Toronto in 7 years.
Well,
7 years, 3 playoff
Oh, yeah,
games, not
for
once to
your
go round.
It
What are
wasn't,
you
it
doing
wasn't
here?
just his fault. Y'all had a weak ass team around him. Don't forget that part. But-
how many playoff games did AD win
It was weak
before
because
he
wasn't
went?
a good. He wasn't a superstar. When
No,
was
no,
Chris
he-
Bosh a
he-
top 10 player in the
he-
NBA?
he-
He was fringy
Yeah.
top 10. AD
but-
was
but
fringy top 2.
Before Chris Bosh got to
Oh, my
Miami,
Lord.
you had to be there. You know what I'm saying? He was nasty. Chris Bosh was like that.
I
Let's
wasn't
not.
there.
I know a
Yeah,
lot.
was Penn with
I
that?
know a lot. I'm not talking to Penn. I'm talking to everybody. You know, because I know we got a lot of youngsters in the chat that, you know what I'm saying, don't really know about Chris Bosh before he got to Miami. We got a lot of youngsters that probably didn't start watching basketball to 14, 15. You know what I'm saying? So Chris Bosh was him. Like before he got to Miami.
Him lowercase, him uppercase.
He was doing his thing.
Chris
Y'all
Bosch or Amari? Oh,
He did.
Chris Bosch or
He was
Amari.
him Comic Sans.
He
He was not him.
What? That's hard. Actually, I got Amari. I'm taking Amari, but that's because I feel that way about Amari. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all had to be there. Chris Bosh.
AD, I'm gonna keep pushing the propaganda, man. You underappreciate.
And what I'm saying is, I think like for instance, like what you just said, Pin. You were saying, oh, he was never this, but AD was this. I never said he was that they were the same player. I'm not arguing for Chris Bosh to be better than AD. The dude said a hyped Chris Bosh, which means, you know what I'm saying? He's just hyped up.
No. Hyped means he's basically the same, but he gets better pressed. That's what hype means. Hype doesn't mean he's 2 times better, because that's what AD is. He's 2 times better.
I don't think that Chris Bosh is as good as AD, but
AD was the best player on a championship team. Chris Bosh was
cool.
clearly the best player.
Was he really?
Yes, he was.
As a matter of fact, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
He wasn't. I'm not even going to ask that question like it was debatable. He wasn't.
Look at the vault. I'll be back.
All right, what?
I should have never brought the vault. This is my fault. I'm the one who brought the vault here.
We got to get back to this list, though. We're off Chris Bosh and AD. We're back to Sabonis. Sabonis is 3rd team All NBA. I put him on the 3rd team in large part because I do believe he'll play the legitimate amount of games to get on there. Next,
a higher regular season vote. I'll tell you that.
Playoffs. Yeah. Next, while Mars is looking that up, we have LaMelo Ball.
LeBron had the higher postseason vote too.
He's not making the team.
Yeah, LeBron had the better vote regular season and postseason. LaMelo's not making it. Charlotte's not going to be good enough for them to put him on the All-NBA team.
I think he could sneak into the All-Star game though.
He's gonna be All-Star.
Yeah. I think if he stays healthy, I think he can knock on the All-Star game door. I think he can do that
a bit too easily. He's gonna be in the conversation.
Yeah, I think he can knock on the door. Mm-hmm.
All right, LaMelo down there with Rudy. No All-NBA team. Mm-hmm. All right, coming up next, we have an all-time great, Kevin Durant.
No team.
Is he gonna play 65?
KD,
no.
I think I got KD 13 for real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna err on the side of caution, and just because he's old, say he's not gonna play 65. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna say no team solely because of the games played. But he one of the 15 best players.
I think it's worth noting that Bud is also very conservative with his starters' minutes during the regular season. So he's going to play KD, especially given that KD's age, injury history, etc., and the fact that they have bigger aspirations. This is not a team, and he's not a player that's going out for regular season awards. I wouldn't mind if they would just rested him on backs-to-backs occasionally, let him sit out an injury that would have taken 3 games, 6 games. Like, I don't think he's going to make the mark, but if he does make the mark, I don't think he's going to play the minutes to get those raw numbers. And I think D-Book's going to get that All-NBA nod, and I don't think they're going to be good enough to warrant 2.
Sounds like managing him.
I think all of that makes sense.
I definitely got KD under 13.
Pin.
How many has he made so far in his career?
0.
Who, KD?
Yeah, he's made 11.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like 11 is too low for KD, man. They might need to give him some.
He's definitely a top 15 player, but that's not the debate here. The debate is: are you going to have the numbers? You're going to have the votes to get that vote, and I don't think he is.
So, Pin, you're saying no team?
No team.
I also said no team, but I want KD to make more.
But shout outs to KD. I love KD.
He played 37 minutes last year.
How many?
37 minutes a game.
That's going down to 31, 32 this year.
37 minutes a game is crazy.
That is nuts. That's
He's
crazy for a 36-year-old.
He don't got time to be sitting around watching.
That's going down to like 32. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it because the game's played. I don't think he's gonna make it because the game's played.
Right, let me
chill.
Let me
Ox.
Go ahead, get your vote off real quick, chill, because I'm about to have a slight detour. It's not gonna take long, a couple 30 seconds.
Sure. I don't think KD's making the All-Pro team ever again for the rest of his career.
See, you say it like a hater, so now I'm gonna put him on the All-NBA team. He said it like a hater. I was like, I feel bad.
What's wrong with y'all, man?
You're not gonna play enough games. Chill was like,
meanwhile, this is the same guy in the next 2 years. He's gonna pass Michael Jordan.
No, but you
top 5 all-time in scoring. He's just not going to be an All-Pro again for the rest of his career because
I heard the tone.
He's not going to play the necessary games. He's still a fringe top 10 player in the game. And if there's anybody who argues that, you're nuts. But I don't think that he's going to be an All-Pro off the strength that, one, he's not going to play enough games. He's not going to play enough games, and they're going to manage him. And I worry about KD being injured. I think last year.
Why would they manage him? Shit,
He basically said the same thing 3 times.
Well,
Yeah, but the first time he said it was just like,
why would he not play enough games? Shit.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Like the same reason why he didn't play last.
Well, if you're going to manage him, he might make some minutes cut off, right? Like if
then he didn't make the All-Pro team, playing 75 games.
He was second team.
He made it.
Did I miss that? Did I miss something?
He was. Yeah, you guys not logged into the
Did I miss something? I don't remember him being All-Pro. Because I'm thinking that he didn't make the All. Because if he made the All-Pro team last year, he's going to make it again this year. I thought he didn't make it. With what he did.
I don't know. Hold on. No.
Right, he made 37. I'm like, wait a minute. Did KD not make the All-Pro team last
Kawhi
year?
on the All NBA.
Because if he made the All-Pro team last year, playing 37 minutes, even though his numbers go down,
definitely.
I do not have Kawhi on the All-Pro team. No,
He made it last year.
Even I think he was second team All-Pro.
But coach, different system, different team.
With KD, with his number, I thought KD didn't make the All-Pro team last year. Yeah, he's making the All-Pro team again this year. Yes, he is.
Now you don't sound like a
hater.
What team, Chill?
We went from never making it again to 100% he is.
How
the hell does that happen? Based on the fact that he made it last year.
Considering what he had done.
Help me understand this.
Very easily. Okay, KD last season played 75 games. Not only did he play 75 games, 37 minutes. Is he going to play 37 minutes again?
No.
I don't think so. However, is he going to play less than 30 minutes? No, that's not going to happen. And on top of him not playing less than 30 minutes, he's going to play games if he can stay healthy. If KD can stay healthy and play more than 30 minutes, 100% KD is an All-Pro. 100% he's that.
I see. If he plays 37 last year, there's no reason why he would drop it.
Not valid.
KD played 32 minutes a game.
Hold on.
100% he's an All-Pro.
Hold on.
He looks amazing right
now. And I know exactly where you're going with this. I know exactly where you're going with this.
We already put Devin Booker. We already put Devin Booker in the third.
Pack up Devin Booker.
They both can make it though.
What do that got to do with anything?
They both can.
It's got a lot to do with everything because there's no way, given the fact that the Suns are probably not going to be the best team in the league.
LeBron and AD made it last year.
You don't have to be the top. You don't have to be the top.
Hold on. I need to get some consistency here. Sure. When we did the ranking of the West, you put the Suns at 9th.
I did.
Yes, and now you're telling me KD and Book are going to make third team All NBA, and you have
LeBron and AD made it last year and we're in the play.
Both of them.
And not only that,
LeBron and AD. Okay.
Yes.
First of all, LeBron and AD are not sharing the court with Bradley Beal in terms of load and creation, and LeBron and AD are certainly not playing for Bud. Bud's offense is going to be pretty egalitarian. Tyus Jones is going to have the ball a lot. Grayson Allen's going to take a ton of shots. Yusuf Nurkic is
none of that's going to affect KD's game.
Of course, it doesn't matter about the game. It doesn't matter about the game. KD's not a selfish guy, man.
No, he's not.
And he's going to have Devin Booker, and he's going to have Bud managing his minutes, and he's going to have Bradley Beal. I'm sorry, I think KD's a top 12 player in the league right now, 100%. Sure. I think he's a top 3 scorer of all time. I think he's great. He was my favorite player for a long time.
Right.
He's not making an All-Pro team.
Is KD going to average 25 points or more?
Yes. Yes, he is.
All right, can we just vote then and move?
Sure.
Who you want to vote for?
We do need to vote and move, but the last time KD averaged under 25 points was in 2016-17. That was his first year with the Golden State Warriors, and he did it one other time before that outside of his rookie year. So over a 17-year span, KD has averaged 25 3 times.
Or less.
Yeah, I'm going to say no just because we only have 15 spots, and I'm just going to say he's not going to play 65. But if KD play enough games, he won't make it. But I'm just going to say no.
I think KD's an All-Pro. Yes.
What team, Chill?
Third team this year.
I thought you were going to say first team.
No.
All right. I was bracing myself for it.
He's
never making one again. So he's winning MVP.
Ooh, I would
right away
over MVP.
I don't have KD making a team just because it's year 17. I don't think the hell crossed that 65 game mark. So unfortunately, KD, you are down there with LaMelo Ball and Rudy Gobert.
I hate the way you said that though.
Next up, we have Paul George.
No team.
All right,
Why even bring him up?
let's move on. I don't got time to argue. Let's move on.
He can't revive. He can't revive.
Are you even entertaining this conversation?
No, because chill. If we get into it, we're gonna start arguing and we're gonna like. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
No.
Somebody in the chat, you know what happened in a minute? I want to talk now. So right now, Pin, I'm talking to you, Pin. Somebody in the chat just said a minute ago that Chris Bosh is closer to Nic Claxton than Anthony Davis. Okay, so that's why I was trying to say. Look,
I'm not even mad at that.
See, here we go.
He is
Wait.
closer to Nic Claxton than he is to
Hold
AD.
on, Pin. Hold on.
He isn't.
Relax.
Yes,
Relax.
Yes,
hold on,
he is.
Pin. Just relax for a second.
No way.
This is the issue right here. Because there's actually people. See, I didn't think that you were in this category. There's actually people that don't know enough ball that they really think that Anthony Davis is closer to Nic Claxton than Anthony Davis. And I'm trying to explain that to these kids. Then you interrupted me because you think I want to argue with you. Didn't nobody wake up to argue with you. I came here to talk basketball, and I need to explain to these children in the chat that Chris Bosh. Whoa. Nic Claxton can't tie Chris Bosh practice kicks.
He is
and
not
there's
close
no
to
comparison.
Nic
He's way
Claxton.
close. We're talking basketball. We're trying to let these children in the chat that don't know
Why are you
no
calling
better.
them children?
No,
How do you know they're children?
Because only a child would think that.
Or maybe they're Raptor
only
fans
a
who watched
child-
them for 7 years and could probably school you on Chris Bosh.
Only a child that didn't watch basketball until 2014 would think that.
Well, I'm older than you, and I definitely watch more Chris Bosh than you, and I'm telling you that's
don't
true.
know what I've watched. Thank you, Pin. I'm not now. I'm just look. Nobody really thinks that Chris Bosh is closer to Nic Claxton and Anthony Davis. And while we're trying to big up Chris Bosh to educate the people that don't know, you want to argue. I don't want to argue with you. I'm trying to talk basketball and let these people know some things that they don't know. You up here? Oh my God! Hold on, Pin. I don't give a damn about none of that. Cool. Chris Bosh being compared to Nic Claxton is some of the most disrespectful basketball rhetoric I've heard in a long time. But you want to argue. You want to argue instead of educating the people.
No. Shout out to Nic Claxton.
Yeah, Chris Bosh is a better offensive player.
You want to argue instead of educating the people.
Nic Claxton is a fifth starter on a really good team. Anthony Davis is an MVP candidate and one of the all-time probably 40 greatest players of all time. Yes, it is not crazy to say that one of those
You're right.
It is nuts to say that.
And
Chris Bosh is the third. And Chris Bosh is the number. And Chris Bosh is number 3 on a championship team.
Yo, I understand that Chris Bosh is way better than Nic Claxton. I get that. But I also think, yes, I do. I'm not stupid. I know Chris Bosh put up 24 and 10 in Toronto. I understand that Chris Bosh is he's not a better defender. I'll tell you that. I mean, it's close between them, but Nic Claxton got the shot blocking. He's got like really good rebounding. I know what Chris Bosh did as a first option, as a second option. He didn't do shit. Okay. And frankly, if you're gonna gas him up for winning championships, well, then I need you to keep that same energy for Kevin Love.
I'm not gassing up for winning championships.
I need you to keep that same energy.
I never brought championships into it.
You know what? Honestly, your arguments. Draymond Green is better than Chris Bosh. Draymond Green is better than Chris Bosh.
I don't care. I don't care about that, Pin. I don't care about that. Keep that with you. You're not gonna throw me off by saying sick shit. Look. This is what I want you to understand. Well, this is what I want you to understand.
You don't think Draymond's better than Chris Bosh?
Look. See what you don't. We're not talking about Draymond Green right now. We're not talking about Draymond Green.
Let's stay Draymond Green.
No, boys, we're not talking Draymond Green right now. Let's stay focused, Pin, because you just came up here and said, "Oh, AD is the first one in this. Nic Claxton is this." You're not talking ball. You're not talking about who does what. You're not talking about
you calling the chat children and talking ball.
You're simply. Come on,
get out of your feelings, man. Come on.
Paul George is not an all-pro, Ron. No, he isn't.
Does anybody have Paul George?
No, I don't even know why
Let's get back to basketball.
Paul George is not an all-pro.
Paul George, get in line. Right behind you.
Not in line, PG. You in the back of it.
All right. This one should be very interesting. Near preseason triple doubles, nearly top 15.
Oh, it's great.
The best team in the North, or the best player on the best team in the North, Scotty Barnes.
Second team. I know y'all not gonna support me, but he's going second team All NBA. Watch it happen.
I don't see no room for the young fella right now.
I think he's an outright all-star this year. I will say that.
He's super dope, but I don't think there's enough room for the young fella on the All NBA teams this year. I don't think he's gonna make it.
Consider
Get in
that
line,
he is
Wilson.
consider he's eligible for the Supermax. Consider that they did the same thing with Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Halliburton. They like voting these guys in when
They're
they've
gonna do the
got that
same thing with De'Aaron
Supermax
Fox,
in the
too.
thing.
Yeah.
So they might just do it, and if he makes the cutoff, he's a box score stuffer. Like, this is a guy who's going to have the basketball. If the Raptors slightly overperform, and right now Vegas has them at 29 wins, if they get 41, 41,
Slightly overperform. That's not slightly overperforming going from 29 to 41.
okay, fine. If you get okay, here's a problem with narratives, right? People assume that a team is what they think it is, and then when it's not what they think it is, they make up some story about why they weren't idiots in the first place, right? So if you think that a team is like a 30-win team and they come out and they win 47 games, you're gonna be like, oh, that must be because, you know, this guy's an MVP, this guy's coach of the year, this guy's most improved. So the narrative starts with where you had the team in the first place. And when a team overperforms, somebody is going to get credit for it. They always do. That's the narrative machine, right? So when the Kings overperformed in the first year of Mike Brown, what happened? Mike Brown got a hell of a lot of credit. De'Aaron Fox got elevated to a new level of thought because the year before Mike Brown got here, De'Aaron Fox was getting slandered all over the internet, including by me, who did not put him in top 20 in my top 20, 25 under 25 list. And I look like an idiot right now. Keegan Murray, you know, again, getting elevated.
You didn't have him top 25 and 25 under 25.
I didn't have him in the top.
You didn't.
20.
You wasn't watching him play basketball.
I was watching.
He just said he looks like an idiot. He just said that. Ox. He said he looks like an idiot.
I'm not worried about him saying if he look like it is. I'm just wondering, like, you weren't watching it. What happened? Because if you were watching him, you definitely put him in that list.
I had Darius Garland over him. Anyways, my point is that it always.
Well, you didn't put him top 25. You put more than Darius Garland over him. There's 23 other people, 24 other people. I'm sorry.
No. I didn't put him in top 20. In the top, 20. He wasn't in top 20 in my 25 under 25s. So yes, he was 21. I had at least 20 players.
He was in the top 25. He just wasn't top 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had.
Okay, so you wasn't watching him?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying I wasn't watching. I watch enough of them, but like,
we got to get back to Scotty Barnes. What is the team that Scotty Barnes is on?
I'm putting him on second team because I think he's. I know y'all gonna say no team. That's fine. I'm not gonna fight it, but I think because the numbers could be there, like he could be 24, 9, and 8. Like, those are the types of numbers that really catch the media's attention. Toronto is a bigger media market than people care to realize.
Didn't catch Westbrook's attention. Didn't catch the media when Westbrook had a triple double.
Yeah, but but there's a big difference. Westbrook, you expect that, then you get bored with it. Westbrook averages a triple double for an entire season. People come to expect it. They think he's stat padding. The narrative changes itself. He's selfish. Blah blah blah. With Scotty, people expect him, to never really elevate himself to that prime scorer level. I don't know if I talked about this, but right now, who do you think has a higher usage in preseason? I know it's preseason, but hear me out. Cade or Scotty?
Scotty.
Yep. I'm going to assume it's Scotty.
Anthony Edwards or Scotty Barnes?
Scotty.
Yep. So he's right up there in terms of usage with, like, he's at 32% usage right now in preseason. He was at like 24, 25 last year. So that usage bump, the fact that Siakam's not on this team, the fact that he's gonna, to borrow a term from Chilltown, shoot the long ball, and I'm completely positive that he's going to be a much better 3-point shooter this year. Last year to start the season, he was shooting 40% for 3 months. He was 3 months, three straight months. When the Raptors were in it, he was shooting 40% from 3, and he was around 6.4 box plus minus, which is top 10 in the league. He was right there with Domantas Sabonis. He was right there with those guys. And the Raptors were competitive, and then they traded OG Anunoby, and it all went to shit. And then Scotty had this increased role on defense. He's chasing, guys around the perimeter. His legs are tired. His jump shot starts missing. He gets injured. The Raptors fall apart. New teammates, Jonte Porter, all the bullshit. This year, again, people have him pegged as 29. If they end up winning 41 wins with the contract and the balance, with his numbers, with the improvements, he'll make an all-pro team. I'm comfortable with that.
All right, we will come back to visit this conversation, but as of right now, Chill. Do you have Scotty?
I think he's slightly on the outside looking in. He won 25 games last year. Even though being on a bad team doesn't negate you from being an all-pro. I think this season he's slightly on the outside looking in. I think next season, I think he's a shoo-in, and I think he's a shoo-in this season to be an all-star. I think he's making those strides. And like I told you, Penn, I'm gonna make an effort to watch more Scotty Barnes this year than I did in the past. I will this season.
All right. Scotty Barnes doesn't make a team. He's getting in line too. Next up, we have Victor Wembanyama. But before we do this, chat, I need you guys to get the likes up. In fact, we're not doing Victor until we get up to 300 likes. So you guys go ahead and hit that like button. While you're doing that, we are going to go ahead and read some super chats. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and become a Hall of Fame member too if you already are a Hall of Fame member.
Hey, Ron, I got it. Oh, never mind. Because Rudy didn't make it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Because I forgot to put Wemby on my All NBA.
He's on second team for me.
Wait, before we get to Wemby, we're gonna read some super chats.
My bad.
Ruining his hosting. Damn.
My bad.
He said he wanted to be an L host. I'm gonna help him L host.
I don't want to be an L host. Y'all want me to be an L host.
You are an L host.
You just are what you are. Like.
You are that.
At least I got ambition.
Ron, you got to be true to yourself, okay?
You're not doing this shit today. Man, I know you happy right now. He's wild, man. Ox is wild.
I like Ox. I don't have anything against Ox.
I do. It's not.
Ox is cool. He's a smart dude.
Yo, Penn is my man. Don't try to turn us against each other.
LaFlame has been a member for 7 months. He said fully prepared for Penn to cap for Scotty Barnes today. Fraudulent win yesterday. League already has anti-Celtic agenda.
Okay.
Okay.
League already has anti-Celtic. What do you mean already?
I think they do. I think.
Oh Lord.
I think the NBA definitely has an anti-Celtic agenda this year.
They've always had an anti-Celtic agenda. What are you talking about? We've had this conversation.
No, they didn't.
Hell yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Hell yes, they do.
They always.
Even though
better from you, Cho. Come on, you were around for that.
Right, and more people hate the Celtics. Just because you're watching them don't mean we love them. No, it's good for the NBA. Right. That's anti-Celtic.
It's a valid reason. Not the
the fans might have an anti-Celtic agenda. Doesn't mean
when you boo Bill Walton. Sorry, when you boo Bill Russell. Yeah.
When did that happen? I don't ever remember that happening. But anyway, the league is better.
Bill Russell went through more than booing, so I mean,
yes,
100% he did.
Kundrill has been a member for 4 months. Kundrill said he just said the offense uses players correctly.
Joe Mazzulla, good coach.
Mm-hmm.
Mid.
We got a couple new members today. Sir C. Katz, Sean S. Shout out Sean S. By the way, and J Mamba all became members today. Salute to you guys. If you're not a member already, become a member, subscribe, and I'm still waiting for you guys to get us up to 400 likes.
Mm-hmm.
But 300 to get to Wemby, but 400 in general.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and make it happen. While you guys are doing that, Gandhi KV2 said, who's the best screener in the game and all time?
Steven Adams, man. Steven Adams, man. What are we talking about?
Karl Malone.
Yeah, we need 6 more likes to get to Wemby. Come on, man. Y'all just
Steven Adams is the best screener of all time, of all human history, man.
What are you talking about when you talk about screening, Mars? Just getting guys open. I think that's just that right there.
Him
Creating
rolling. I don't care about how he rolls. I don't care about if he pops. I don't care about none of that. How well does he set the screen? That's it. He do that better than anyone.
It's Wemby time. Let's go. 308.
Damn, let's talk about Steven Adams screens.
I would love to talk about.
I love Steven Adams.
I don't care about Wemby. Like,
it's Wemby time. You got to give the people what they want.
I got him on the second team.
They like this video.
Hey, Mars, you know, a lot of times because I'm starting to hear more and more people talk about or just rate people's screening abilities. I'm curious to know when you're talking about somebody's bad at setting screens, Are you talking about like their body, they're not strong enough, they get moved? Are you saying they set screens at a bad angle? Are you saying that after the screen they roll the wrong way, like they open up this way instead of that way? Are you saying they're not good diving after the screen? They set screens in bad places. They're not getting shoulder to shoulder with the driver, which is actually the driver's responsibility. What do you mean when you say this person or that person is a bad screener?
It depends on the player. I don't think there's bad screeners who do certain things well. But I'm not going to use Giannis as the example anymore because I'm tired of saying Giannis is a bad screener. But there might be a bad screener who just doesn't make contact on his screens because maybe he doesn't like having people run into him. So he'll slip all of his screens when the advantageous thing would be to make contact and then roll. Then you've got some people who actually set good screens but roll the wrong way in terms of they don't open out and get into the pocket. There's some people who go beyond the pocket so you can't actually receive the pass because they roll too hard. Then you got some people who only pop and that's disadvantageous. So there's many different ways to be a bad screener. Then some people just don't set screens at good angles. If you're trying to set up the drive, the angle would be different as if you're trying to set someone up for a jump shot. Or like some people just set bad angled screens. And then I don't really blame people for illegal screens too much because like a lot of the time it's because the guards or the ball handler goes too quick. So I don't blame you all the time for that. But then there's some times where like it's very clearly a moving screen.
Like Draymond.
The Warriors have been getting away with it for a decade.
Mm-hmm.
They was playing football.
Yeah, they've been getting away with it for a year.
Yeah.
But so I don't think there's just one. I don't think it's the same thing when I say someone's a bad passer. Like you might be good at one thing in passing, but you're just overall a bad passer. A bad screener isn't bad at every part of screening. So it goes case by case with each individual player in terms of what they're good at and what they're bad at. I think Wemby is not a very good screener because he doesn't make great contact, and sometimes I think he rolls too hard. But I think he's good at slipping screens. I think he's good at flipping the angle of screens. I think he's good at those things, but he's not a good screener. Chet, I think, is just a bad screener. Like,
and that comes with time. I think a lot of that comes with time. And to your point about Steven Adams, as good as Steven Adams is, and it's one, you have to be really physical to set screens. That's number one. And Steven Adams is one of the more physical guys that I've ever seen in the NBA. But a guy like Karl Malone, the way he was able to slip screens, the reason why he was able to slip screens as well as he was because he was able to set screens. That's what's setting up the slip screen. The reason why he was able to set screens and pop the reason why he was able to pop the way he was because he was able to set screens. And John Stockton was really good at using him and setting those screens. Miles, I know you hate talking about this guy, but we're talking strictly about a guy screening.
I can acknowledge
we're talking about a guy. Yeah, we're talking about a guy just simply screening. So the way that Stockton would use him coming off screen, staying tight, right? Staying right next to him and keeping the defender, which a lot of people talk about with Luka, putting the guy in jail. John Stockton was great at getting the guy right behind him and using Karl Malone as that screen setter, which made that set him up for even more points because he was able to pop. And when he was able to hit a guy on the screen, that guy is anticipating the screen, which made Malone even better as a when he slipped screens. So all of that stuff, it's like a boxer. The jab sets up the overhand right. So everything is a purpose. And with Malone, his ability to set screens, how he was able to set screens, set him up for so many other things and set other guys up for so many other things, like setting back screens and such. So when he was doing that set up everybody else. That's why I think Malone's the best screener of all time.
All right, y'all. Let's get to Victor Wembanyama and determine what All-NBA team he'll be on, if he'll be on one. So, Mars.
How many games did he play last year?
Enough to make the all-league.
Last year he played 71. So
yep,
do I think
enough to make the all-league defensive team, first team, by the way. So
yeah, I think he'll play enough games. Are they going to put someone on the All-NBA team who's going to win 25 games?
Being an All-Pro, if I'm not mistaken, Mars, I don't think that's because I think DeMar DeRozan. Well, it's an All-Star, not an All-Pro. Because DeMar DeRozan made an
All-NBA team. DeMar DeRozan made an All-NBA team.
No, I know he made the All-NBA team. Toronto was really good.
Randall made
Toronto was really good when he was making the All-Pro team.
Yeah, but has anyone made an All-NBA team winning 25 games? That's
what I'm thinking. Because when
Boogie made it, and they were winning like 30 games in Sacramento. But I was also in an era where there was slim pickings. I'll say he'll make third team. I'll say he'll make third team.
I got him on second.
I'll say
Damn,
third.
Ron. I think for the value that he creates, are they going to put him and Sabonis on the same team?
What?
On a third team?
He's gonna win 25 games, chill.
That's what I'm thinking. And even though being on a bad team doesn't really matter that much, but the narrative around Wemby, how much better they think he's going to be, I think they already have their mind made up about Wemby being an All-Pro. I think Wemby's going to be a third-team All-Pro this year.
I was very tempted to put him first team All NBA, but I just couldn't. I couldn't bump who I have in the first team out, and I just couldn't get there with first team because I didn't think the Spurs going to be good enough for him to be first team.
That's not going to matter because we just saw SGA and we just saw Luka make first team All-Pro and his team didn't make the playoffs. So
but they won 40 games. Wemby's gonna win 25 games.
Big Ox, where do you have him?
Who, Wemby?
yes.
13.
And Chill, you said third too?
Yes, I think he's third team All-Pro this year.
Year 2 All NBA is tough.
Yeah, I
Luka
agree
was
with
first team
Penn.
All-Pro as in year 2. Luka's first team All-Pro.
I think he's second. I think his defense carries him in this, but also too, I've told you guys, I got his scoring going up to at least 25. I got him 25. I'm ready to say 12, but 25, 11, 3 blocks.
25, 12, and probably 4 blocks isn't second team All NBA. That's MVP.
That's what Chill said.
I mean, I can agree with what numbers he's gonna put up, and I'm just saying they're not gonna win enough games to where they're gonna vote him on the second team.
Yeah, but
I'm not arguing against what numbers he's gonna put up, how good he's gonna look, how good he's gonna be. I just don't think they're gonna put a 25 win player.
These all pro first teams are all about legacy. When they identify that they have a future great, like a Michael Jordan or a LeBron James, they always want to jump the gun and put them up. And I'm not saying they didn't deserve it when they got it, but they'll stretch it a little bit, right? It's not like, I want to put him first team so bad just to piss off the chat, but I just can't figure out who I'm bumping. So I'm gonna keep him at second, but it's close. It's close. If they win 45, he's making first.
Yeah.
If they win 42, he's making first.
If they win 40, I'll put him on my first team.
Bradley Beal was an All-Pro and they won 34 games in 21.
DeMarcus Cousins is the lowest wins I've found for All NBA. He won 29 games in 2015.
All right. Well, it's looking like Wemby is on the third team. All right. Salute to Wemby. As of right now on the third team, we have Devin Booker, DeMontis Sabonis, and Wemby. Second team, just Jalen Brunson. First team, just SGA. We still have a lot more names to carve into, so let's go ahead and make it happen. Next up, Chill, it's your man, Donovan Mitchell.
How many games did he play last year?
He didn't play enough games to be an All-Pro. But this season, I think it's like 50. I think it was like 55. 50. Yeah, I think it was like 55. I think he plays the amount of games this year. I want to put him first team, but he's not going to make first team All-Pro. I think he's going to be a second team All-Pro this year.
I'm gonna put him at third team. It's gonna be between him and Paolo. Paolo, and Booker are vying for 2 spots.
I think Donovan Mitchell, I don't think that's a question whether or not he's going to be an All-Pro if he plays the amount of games. Yes, he's definitely a top 15 player in the game.
Mars, Big Ox.
I'm trying to save the spot, so I'm just going to say he don't play enough games. That's my cop-out when I'm not trying to...
D-Mitch, I don't think there's a run for D-Mitch this year.
No.
Get in line, brother.
I just don't see D-Mitch not making it when he's going to lead that team in scoring. I think they're going to be a top 5 seed at least.
Assist too.
Scoring,
so
assist.
He's going to get credit for the Cavs' success if they end up winning like 50 games. Is it going to be Evan Mobley? Mobley's defensive greatness?
It's
No.
Donovan. Evan,
Mobley's going to have something to do with it. Mobley's going to have something to do with it, 100%.
Yeah, we'll give him a lot of love between us, but mainstream media and all of them, that's all going on Donovan Mitchell's shoulder.
Yeah, he's not gonna play 65 games. So.
Mars is nasty. All right,
cop out.
Chill. You said third team,
second.
Yep. I actually got him second team too. Penn has him third. Mars and Ox, you guys don't have him on there, so
no.
Let's meet. We can meet in the middle and call it third team since he has 3 All NBA votes.
That's fair.
We'll do that. All right, Donovan, you are on the third team. Next, chill. We have your man, Deja Vu, Anthony Edwards.
He gonna make it.
I think Anthony Edwards is first team All Pro this year. I do.
Okay, I think you lost your mind. But
I think he's first team
I do think he's gonna make
I know
it.
that that sounds ridiculous, but because of the narrative around Anthony Edwards and what I think, how good I think Minnesota is going to be this year, the narrative around Anthony Edwards, the better defensive player that he's going to be, I think that he can show me. I think he can show me that he can be better in reads than he was last season. I think he can show me that, but as a group and for that Minnesota team and for what he does for that team, I think he's going to be a first team.
You know that means your guy is coming off, right?
No, it doesn't. No, it does not.
There's no way.
It doesn't.
All right, we'll get to. There's no way you're
No, it
keeping
does
him
not.
on the team. I'm putting
Yes, sir.
You know what? I had him first, and the minute you said what you said, I bumped him to second
second team.
because I had to think about this, and there's no way in hell that Anthony Edwards is going to beat Giannis Antetokounmpo for first team All NBA.
There's no way because
This the same Giannis. This the same
no
Giannis.
way.
This the same Giannis who didn't make the All League defensive team last year,
I don't care.
okay, I made All NBA first team.
I don't
which
care.
is ridiculous.
He has
But he did get bumped.
He made All NBA.
He
first
did.
team. That's how good he is.
Giannis.
Giannis
Is,
has made All NBA first team like the last 6 years, and he just gonna come off like no.
Yeah, chill.
Anthony Edwards
Giannis
second
is,
team. Anthony Edwards is second
Giannis
team.
is glued to that list. Like
Anthony Edwards
he's
second
never
team.
coming
Giannis
off.
will
Like,
be making
okay.
first team.
like what
until he doesn't
Omar
make
said
it
is
to
true.
Champions.
If he's gonna make it, it's gonna be over Tatum, and I don't think that's happening because I think
I don't
the
think
Boston
that's happening
Celtics,
either.
and so I'm gonna bump Anthony Edwards down. to
Yo,
second.
that's really not crazy though.
It is.
I'm
not that
fine. No,
crazy.
we can
It's not
have
that
that
crazy.
conversation. If the Wolves are a 1-2 seed
This is why I hate
and
this.
Ant is
position.
averaging 27, 6, and 5, and he's shooting 38% from 3, and Jason Tatum's the number 1 seed averaging 27, 9, and 5, and his efficiency is still good, they might just give Anthony Edwards the like, here you go, first team. Jason Tatum, whatever. Boston Celtics, space.
We
They
don't
might
think it's
do
the-
that.
we
But
don't
it's
think
not
it's the
going to be
world.
over Giannis. It's not going to be over Jokic. It's not going to be over Luka. It's not going to be over Shea.
Well, that's
gonna be
that
Jason Tatum.
last name though. You don't think it's a world where he makes it over SGA?
No. No.
It's
No,
gonna
I'm
be
just,
Jason
I'm just
Tatum or
asking
nothing.
questions. No,
It's either Jason Tatum or he doesn't make it.
all right.
I'll go in second team.
Second team it is.
Big Ox.
I got Ant second team.
All right, Anthony Edwards, you are in the second team tier with Jalen Brunson right now. Moving along, Mars, it's your man's. Alp,
He
same
not
move.
making it. He not making it.
I considered him for third team very heavily, but then I ended up bumping him for Sabonis.
If it was like
Oh,
the
man,
old days,
man.
if it was like the old days where it was just positionally, he still wouldn't make it, but he'd be close.
He's good, man.
He is
He's
really
really-
good,
He is,
yo.
he is a hell of a basketball player.
He
That
is
kid show
really-
can play some ball.
he is
I love
good.
watching him play
Yes,
basketball.
sir. He is really good.
He's
I'm
got
sure
like
he do.
grown man strength. He's just
Really,
bumping
really
dudes out of the way. Like I don't see anybody who can really stop him.
Yeah, he was bullying your guy Eve Misi last night. Until Eve Misi smacked his shot off the back.
Even
I was
Misi
about
is
to
like
say,
160 pounds dripping wet.
He had
Come
a
on.
good game last night.
Even
No,
Misi's
Eve Misi
amazing.
was good on offense because I'm not
I
gonna
love
lie.
him.
A lob threat against Sengun. Yeah, you're gonna get some easy points. I ain't gonna lie, you're gonna get some easy points. But Sengun was giving him somewhat.
Yeah.
But Eve Misi went one time. Smacked that off the back board to half court. It was like
This rookie class is so underrated. It's insane.
Good
Eve
center
Misi
minutes.
Eve Misi gonna get a lot of minutes. I'm not gonna lie. He gonna earn some minutes quick.
Yep.
Yeah,
I,
he
I
gonna send her
wanted, I
dunk
wanted
to the
him
bench.
very badly at 19 for the Raptors, but I'm happy we got Jacoby Walter.
But yeah, Sengun not gonna make it. But he was still better than the 54th best player in the NBA. But shout out to
That list is insane.
shout out to
Desmond Bain in the 60s. These guys are crazy. That's crazy.
All right, Sangoon, get in line, buddy. Maybe next year. Next, talent isn't typically the issue with this guy. It's that 65 number with Kawhi Leonard.
Nope.
Oh.
Does he play enough?
Yeah, I'm gonna play the safe. I'm gonna play safe. I don't think you're gonna play 65, so I don't think you're gonna make it. Oh my God.
Oh God.
We hear you, Swiper.
Turn your audio on. We can hear you, Swipe.
We can hear you.
Chill. Hold on. Where is Julius Randle?
No, we haven't gotten.
Well, no. We can get to Julius. We will expedite Julius. Now the Swiper's into the conversation.
What teams have you done so far?
What teams have we?
He can't hear us.
What teams have we done so far?
Yeah, well, I'm hearing second team. Did you do third team first or first team?
We're still working that out.
Wait,
Yeah, he
Bro,
doesn't.
bro calling in collect.
so you said
right now.
Anthony Edwards just made second team just arbitrarily?
Yes. He can't hear me, but yes.
Yes.
Where are you gonna put Julius Randle?
Well, we'll get to Julius Randle. So we haven't gotten to
He's
Julius
off the
Randle
list.
yet.
I'll save you some time. He's off the list.
Swiper calling in to hate on Julius Randle.
Right? I know that's nuts, isn't it? Isn't it nuts, Mars? Him
I'm
calling in
gonna
to
lie,
hate on
you
Julius
can't call
Randle.
me the Julius Randle hater. He called into the
I can't
show.
even believe I answered this. What am I doing answering this? I shouldn't even answer this.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Right. I'm working, Swiper.
That's crazy. That's crazy, Swiper.
He called in to hate.
Hey, chill. Ask Swiper, where does he have Julius Randle?
Where do you have Julius Randle, Swiper?
Is there a 15?
No, it's not a 15. It's not a 14. No. So, Swiper, I don't know what you. I got to get back to work, sir. I'm sorry. I'll call you later.
Calling in to hate is crazy.
Is it nuts?
I'm sure that conversation will come up tomorrow.
Oh my God.
But we are still at Kawhi Leonard.
No,
I'm gonna use my cop out. He's not gonna play 65.
That's not a cop out, Mars. That's a
the
fact.
Clippers are not going to be
Well,
good
he
enough.
played 68 last year, so
That was because it was a contract year. That's why he got paid. So
For sure got that money.
you gonna say he only
That boy-
played to get a
That boy
check?
gonna be right back.
He's
and
not
right back
making it
reaching
over
back to
LeBron.
backs.
yeah, it
He's
was a
not making it
contract
over
year.
LeBron. He's
Mhm.
not making it over. Yeah, he's not making it over some of these guys. No.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna play.
I don't think he's going to play the necessary amount of games. He hasn't played in the preseason, and they talking about sitting him as the season starts. So no, I don't see him
He
playing.
might miss the first 20 games.
I mean, look
Here's the first 15.
on the third team, I got Curry, LeBron, and KD. Like, I mean, and Kawhi. So it's two of those guys are going to make it. Two of those guys are going to be out. Currently, I have Kawhi out.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not making it, bro. I don't think he's gonna play enough games.
Nope.
Next up, Lauri Markkanen.
Nah, they're not gonna win enough games.
Nope.
Get out of here.
Clean
Get in
sweep,
line,
Lauri. Get in line.
The league's also too talented for Lauri Markkanen to make it.
All right, here we go, y'all.
Yeah, Mars, that part right there, man. The fact that as talented as the league is, we can still have years where a guy has a great year. Like we've seen that before. We've seen guys have all pro seasons, as good as the league has been. So I mean, Lauri Markkanen came out of nowhere. This is the same Lauri Markkanen who was 15-8 in Chicago and Cleveland for the Utah, and he makes the All-Star team at 22-8. So is it ridiculous for me to think that the Utah Jazz, who I don't think that they're going to make, I don't think they're making the playoffs. I don't think they're going to make a push. But do I think that Lauri Markkanen could be like 26 and 8? And 4, I don't think that's ridiculous.
He could be 32.
4 assists. I don't
4.
think he's ever gonna do that. But like the likelihood he could do that
Right?
and still not perform like one of the 15 best players who played 65 games.
No.
That's how talented the league is. Like we can be like, credit to Lauri Markkanen for how good he played.
Sure.
These 15 guys played better than him. That's probably what it's gonna be with him.
There's like
Really, really good. I just don't think he's.
there's like 18 guys who would have to miss the 65 game mark for him to make that team. I'll put Alperen Şengün over him. I would put Alperen Şengün over him. I will put Scotty Barnes over him. I might even put Karl Anthony Towns over him if Karl Anthony Towns gets a lot of numbers in New York. Like you got to consider like where the guy's playing. You know what team
Why
he's
is that
playing on.
ridiculous? If Karl Anthony Towns is 22 and 10,
he said 18 guys over him. That means he thinks he's like the 34th best player in the league.
He's not a top 30 player in the league.
Who is it?
Lauri Markkanen.
He's not a top
Oh.
30 player in the league. Don't cap right now.
Lauri or Scotty Barnes, just real quick.
Scotty.
I hurt my
Come on now.
feelings, man. I hurt my feelings. So.
All right, y'all.
like
We got to
Lauri.
get to this next player.
Sound like a deal.
This is going to be very interesting because this dude has 20 All NBA teams.
Oh,
Third team.
LeBron's 13.
I'm putting him third. Yeah.
So is the oldest player in the league gonna play 65 games?
Yes.
Yes.
What is he still doing here? Why?
How many did he
Balling.
play last
Did
season?
you
71
hear
games,
what
Moss.
DeMarcus Cousins said?
Damn.
Oh,
You
the
know-
Lakers aren't serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cooking.
If I'm a guy in that locker room and I'm seeing Bronny James on the team and I'm seeing JJ Redick being hired, especially if I don't like JJ Redick already, I'm kind of feeling the same way. I'm feeling like I don't know what this is about. This is LeBron media tour. Plus, I got my best player saying he don't have anything to prove. So I'm asking the same question that Chilltown Hoops is asking. Why are we here? What are we doing? If this
Well,
is
LeBron doesn't
this is
have
all
anything.
extra
LeBron-
credit,
LeBron doesn't have anything to prove. He's
Just because he said he don't got nothing to prove, don't mean he's
Hang
not
on.
going to go out there and play hard. Like he's still going to play.
don't just brush over this. He don't got nothing to prove stuff.
He
He's
don't.
not
What
the-
does he got to prove? What's left for him to do, Pin?
Win more?
What's
Does he need
left
to
for
win
him
more?
to do? LeBron James has shown time and time again that he's not going to be out on the court wasting time. He's not saying that like, oh yeah, this is a free for all. We're an open gym. I'm just going out there to kick it with my kid. He's gonna ball out like he always does. Him saying that he has nothing less to prove is just simply facts.
Cap.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's simply cap. And let me say something. Do you remember you remember that quote where he said he's chasing this ghost of 23? Still
No.
chasing.
he already think he's supposed to ghost.
He's wrong. He hasn't.
He don't know that.
You
He
think
don't know
LeBron's
that.
out there playing to prove to Pensar basketball that he the goat?
He needs to
don't
prove
care?
it to me.
He
needs to
think he
prove
the
it to
goat.
me.
He's not going out there to prove nothing to me, to you, to Ox, to Chill, to Ron. If LeBron
That's
feel
cool.
like you got to prove anything, he
Bro,
ain't got nothing to prove.
If I
You gonna
come
tell
if
him,
I
no,
look,
LeBron, you got to
look,
prove to
look,
me that you're the goat. What?
that's some real narcissist shit. You can't just walk in and be like,
What?
I'm the greatest player of all time, and then have everybody like look stupid. You don't call everyone stupid when they disagree with you. I think there's a real consensus in the world right now that he's not the greatest player of all time. And if you win one more
we think it's
championship,
narcissistic because
And
we
he
can't
doesn't have to prove you guys wrong.
we cannot we just can't fathom that. Like you don't know what that feels like. We don't know
Michael
what
Jordan
that
never
feels
did
like.
that.
So it's not. He's not.
He
Michael
never did it in
Jordan.
public.
LeBron isn't Michael
He never
Jordan.
did it in public.
If LeBron feels that he is the
And he
greatest
did it after
player ever,
6.
he has nothing more to prove because
Hang on.
LeBron goes out there to prove to himself.
I will not
that he's
turn
the
this
greatest.
into
If he
another
feels he's the
LeBron
greatest, he's got
versus
nothing
Too
Jordan
late. You
debate.
already did. It's too
Oh,
late. You
Lord.
already did.
Fellas,
no
we
more-
can't. We really
already
can't
did.
do this right now.
You
We
already
have
did.
to get back.
How
So
we
what-
How we gonna sit here and be like, nah, LeBron?
Hang
gonna
on.
prove to
One
me
thing.
that he's the
One thing. The greatest claim that he has to I'm the GOAT is I came back from 3-1. Let me end that debate right now. Jordan's never been down 3-1 in the finals.
All right, we're not debating who's better. Come on, Ryan. Come on, let's go, bro.
If
Third-
LeBron think he the goat, he gonna
Never
not to
been
prove. I don't know
down
why. There's
3-1.
no conversation to be had.
He has been down 3. He has been down 3-1 in the playoffs, though.
He's never been
Pen,
down 3-1
you
in the
said
finals.
3-1.
He has been down 3-1 in the playoffs and lost. That's happened.
He's third team for me
Bro
because
got-
I
said
think
third.
there's
Bro
Pat
got
his legacy.
40,000 points. He's
And-
39 years old. He's 39 years old, Ryan.
Respect to LeBron.
In
Respect.
peak shape, still doing things. Nobody has ever played at this level at this age. He's making it look easy, and that's making people uncomfortable. LeBron James is making people uncomfortable. That's what's going on here. Do you see how this man is moving, running, jumping at this
He's great.
age? And yeah, don't just casually say, "Oh, it's great." Like
I said he's great. He is
Come
great.
on, man. Let's go.
All
let's
right,
go.
Penn said 13.
I can tell you right now,
said
Ron. I can tell you right
Martin
now,
Chill.
Ron. We were not
Third
talking
team
about
for sure.
we were not talking about Jabbar like this at 39 years old. We weren't.
Because he
Nobody
had already
does
solidified
this.
himself as the GOAT. That's why.
I'm not
But
saying he's not
chill.
great.
LeBron-
I
LeBron
don't
is
buy
gonna-
this thing
LeBron is
about he
gonna
doesn't have
surpass
nothing to prove. He has
50,000
something to prove.
Regular
He's
season.
not, Mars. No, he isn't.
No, regular season and postseason combined. Not
Oh, okay,
regular season.
okay.
Regular season and postseason, he's gonna pass 50,000 total points in the NBA.
Cool.
And we talking about he got to prove
No, nothing.
Yes. He
Come
got
on, bro.
to
This is
prove.
ridiculous.
Mars
This is
and Chill.
13.
50,000 points. Ah, come on, man.
13.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll put him 13. I'll put him 13.
Was Karl Malone better than Michael Jordan too? Was Kareem better than Michael? Why is total points the
If
barometer
number
of
30,
success
if
now?
number,
Yo,
if number
we are
30
moving on.
If number 32 said I got nothing for myself to prove besides my innocence, cool.
Speaking
Like,
of
he
number
can say what he
32,
wants.
we're moving on to number 32, the current number 32.
Which
Nice
is
segue.
Carl Anthony Towns.
Lord,
Seeing that he
Off.
does wear 32 next year.
off,
Is he 32 for the Knicks?
off.
He not gonna make it. So.
Depends on
Mars
where
been saying though.
Hey, Mars, man, this narrative again. If the Knicks are at the top of the Eastern Conference and he's 22-10 and they rolling, why is it ridiculous for me to think if the Phoenix Suns at the 9 spot got 2 All-Pros, the Lakers at the 7 spot got 2 All-Pros. Meanwhile, the New York Knicks, which is the biggest media market in America, got
Sure.
two guys.
It's ridiculous
There's
because
a
Phoenix is
major
not
gap
going to be
in
ninth,
quality
and they're
between
not going to have
LeBron
two
and
All
Anthony
Pros.
Davis and
That's
Carl
why
Anthony.
it's ridiculous.
There's a major gap in quality between LeBron and Anthony Davis, or KD and Devin Booker, and Carl Anthony Towns.
The best shooter in the game, the best big man shooter in the game, who's going to make the New York Knicks more viable, who's going to make the New York Knicks better.
Maybe
Who's better?
Maybe
Who's
not.
better?
Larry
So
Mark.
you can make
Larry
the,
Mark.
argument for Mark, and you can make the argument for
Yeah.
Joker, sure. But
Joel yeah.
Joel Embiid also. But from his game, I mean, he'll be like Julius
As
Randle
a
was
shooter?
Julius
I
Randle
mean,
was
if
an
you
all
factor in free throw and mid range shooting, yeah, that's all shooting. Yes.
100% it is. If you think Julius Randle was an all pro, and the Knicks were, I think, in fourth place. Yeah, they were in fourth place, and Julius Randle was an all pro. So if you got
Yeah, but only one of them made it. Brunson ain't make it.
right, well, Brunson wasn't there yet.
Oh,
You
well,
gotta
that
look at
well,
these
yeah, that
numbers,
yeah, that's
man.
because Julius Randle was
Julius
so
racks
bad.
up the box
Right,
score,
Brunson wasn't
man.
there yet. So now you got two guys, and they're the 2 seed, and they're a game. I don't think they're going to be a game out of first place. I think the Celtics
People
are
don't
running
like
away
Cat
with
like that.
with the
People
Eastern
don't like
Conference.
Cat that much.
He's also
I'm
just
sorry.
not. He's not very close to being one of the 15 best players in the league.
Where is he?
I don't think you have to be one of the 15 best players in the league, Mars, and have a top 15 season. Because we've seen guys who've been. Isaiah Thomas was not one of the 15 best players in the league.
But he averaged 30 points per game on a
He
winning
wasn't,
team. That's
Mars.
different.
Name 15 players better than 2017 Isaiah.
Let me go back to 2017 real
Because
quick.
15 might be a stretch. I don't know if you're gonna get to 15 better.
Let me go back to 2017, and
You said that a bit too quick for my liking.
I'm on record that Isaiah Thomas was a B player who had an A year. 100% he was that. That was that 17? 17 or 18? So the 16, 17.
That's the year he came third in MVP, right?
No, he
Okay,
came
hold on.
fifth. I think he came fifth.
Okay.
Hang on for a second, because I'm thinking about that year.
Yes.
Bear with me. Bear with me so I can get some information for you guys. Bear with me. The 16-17 season, that was the year.
This is
he
also when it was position lock, so he had to be one of the 6 best guards. But for the sake of the conversation, we'll just say top 15 player because we're
Right.
not going to be like, oh, well, was he one of the 6 best guards? Like, I can't bother with it.
No, we're not doing that. So, as of hold on, let me get this down. Make sure I get this down, Mars. So Harden, James, Russ, Leonard, Davis,
Yep.
Curry, Giannis, KD,
Yep.
Draymond, buckets, DeMar DeRozan.
No, hell no.
You're losing
Hell
me a
no.
little bit. You're losing.
Lamar was
me.
not better than Isaiah Thomas that year. Hell
That year.
no.
You want-
No,
you want some-
not that
you
year.
want-
Now,
Not
listen.
that
Listen
year.
to what you said,
No,
Ron.
no,
you
no,
said,
no, no,
Ron.
no.
Listen to what you said, Ron. You said that year. You
Yes,
said that.
that's the year we're talking about.
Okay. Was he better than Chris Paul?
Yeah, that year, yes.
So are we
30 a night, led the league in fourth, was the most clutch player in the
What-
league that
what-
year.
what I'm saying-
He led the league in VORP?
Wait. What year are we talking about? 16, 17?
I didn't say he led the league in fourth.
Oh, you said 4
Yo,
points.
Mars, what year?
Yeah,
we
led the
talking?
league in fourth quarter score.
Ron, you out here dropping VORP?
I thought he said VORP. I thought he said
No,
VORP.
no,
He got this
Are we
thing going in like
talking
I'm gonna have the VORP
17,
right here.
16, 17. 16, 17.
16,
He was
17.
top 15 in VORP. He was top 15 in VORP.
Was
Top
he better
15
than
in VORP?
was-
Top
in
15
17?
player.
In
He was
16,
nice.
Next year, he
17?
wasn't top 200 in VORP.
Top 10 player.
Yeah, with DeMar DeRozan, where was DeMar DeRozan in VORP? Ooh.
Very low.
50.
Very low.
30th in VORP. Yeah.
Fellas, we gotta move on though. We can't we
I
gotta
think
come back
Isaiah
to the
Thomas was
present.
a top 15 player in the league. So,
That there we have
He
it.
may have had a top 15 season. I'm not going to argue that, but
it would have continued if he ain't hurt his hip.
All right, fast forward to another top 15 player currently. Trae Young.
All right, that was nasty.
He not gonna
threw
make
Trae
it.
Young in that
He's
conversation.
not gonna make it.
Top
I
15.
hate this, man.
No.
Because he is fucking awesome, yo. Even though his shot selection throws a monkey wrench in everything he do. I don't know if I can name 5 passes in the game better than him. I don't know.
You can't name 3.
Why is that the barometer for?
Because he's a lead guard.
I
Because he's a
can
lead
name-
guard. I'll give you James. I'll give you James. I'll give you Joker
LeBron
and Luka.
And then
Harden.
Yeah, James is LeBron.
Hallie.
Point being, he's
Halliburton
not
is a better
top
passer.
3.
Trey is probably top 7, top 6. Yeah, he's up there. He's
That
great.
wasn't true.
Great passer.
Shout out to
I
him.
don't think he's
But Trey Young, what team do you guys have him making? Big Ox.
He's
Ron,
gonna
come
get
on,
snubbed
bro.
again.
All right,
It's not a
Mars,
snub if you don't
You don't
deserve
make
it.
You know, make it.
Pin.
We move
Get snubbed
on.
again.
0.
I got him second team
Mm.
for what it's worth.
Of course
Cool,
you do.
cool. That's what's up. That's what's up.
How many All NBA teams has Trey Young made? One.
I think one.
I think he got 2, doesn't he?
2022.
That's crazy, yo.
And that wasn't
All
even
right,
the year that they went to the conference finals.
It was the year after that because he was living off that elite,
Right.
like, oh, Trey Young did this, so he had like money in the bank. He also
27 and
like it was
11,
also his most
26 and
efficient
10.
season, man.
What the hell is going on?
And we're talking about underappreciated players.
28.
All right.
The last Trey Young for sure one of the most underappreciated players. I mean, box score wise, he's averaging 27 and 10 over the last 5 seasons.
Come on, Mars. That's goofy. What all pro is not doing? What the hell is happening right now? Am I in the Matrix? What's going on? 27 and 10. That's league MVP numbers.
Trey Young is criminally underrated.
What the hell is going on?
Too,
You are in the
anyone
Matrix
like, oh,
if
the
it's
efficiency
under
of 59% true shooting. So
Let's talk about who he's supposed to make it over.
No, let's just talk about in what other world that happens. Any of these
Well, no,
other
right,
guys,
let's-
you put
let's-
you
let's-
give them
let's do that.
27 and 10 with anybody else, they make it. With
Ron,
anybody
I'm-
else, they
I'm-
make it.
Ron,
Y'all
Ron,
just
I'm trying
hate
to-
Trey Young.
I'm trying to legitimize your claim.
I'm telling you, it's
Okay,
nothing to
I'm trying to
legitimize
legitimize
pure
your claim.
hate.
Let's-
It's just pure hate.
You can't just Ron. You can't just talk numbers and be like, "Oh, he did this, so he should have made the team." Yeah, it's basketball, not basketball. Who was he supposed to replace from who's on their team based on how good of a basketball player he was?
he also
It's
didn't
simple.
play 65 last year, so there's that.
Okay, well, there's that. But then on the other times, Ron, if there's 15 guys ahead of him, just name me one guy in those 15 teams, and boom, okay, and we can move on because now you got a valid point. Until you do that, your point is not valid. Legitimize your claim.
So hold on.
Trey Young played 54 games last year, and I know it's not basketball, Ox, but he was 51st in the NBA in value replacement.
All right,
which
but
is
I
pretty nasty.
need Ron to legitimize his
Yeah.
claim.
Okay, so I'm about to right now. 22, 23,
Name me 3. Just let's do 3. That way, there's no discrepancies whatsoever.
3.
Yeah, 3.
I'm gonna say Dame.
What year are we talking about?
22, 23.
That's the third. By the way, I think that's the.
That's the best year of Dame's career?
Just because it's I don't care if it's the best, worst, second, middle.
one of
Wait, let's
just-
It's one of them.
let him get through
wait.
it. Let him get through
No,
it.
no. So is the best of Dame worse than Trey Young?
We're not.
Hell no.
That's not contingent on all NBA.
I'm asking you.
Is the best of
The
Dame?
best of Dame is that a worse player than Trey Young?
You in court right now,
No.
bro. You in court. This is an ice court segment.
Dame
I'll damn near take Trey Young.
No,
I'll damn near take Trey Young.
You don't
Okay,
need
give me
that.
give me two more guys.
I damn near take Trey Young.
So Ron, real
This-
quick.
this-
It's
this
the
probably
passing
gotta
that
do
moves me.
3.
It's the passing that moves me.
Okay, Ron, real quick. So first team, I got Giannis, Jason
not
Tatum,
fair ball.
Embiid, SGA, Luka. That's first team. Does he go in front of any of those guys?
No, we're not. We're not talking about.
How quick
Does he go in front of any of those guys? Yes or no?
Ron,
Hey,
come on,
I'm-
man.
Okay, so now
This is 22, 23?
Yes, 22, 23.
Hey,
Now we got the second team.
y'all will kill me, but him and Shea can have a conversation though. What was OKC's record that year?
Yeah, they didn't.
42.
What him and Shea can have a conversation
Oh,
that year. If Shea,
that was the year that
Yes.
Shea and Luka both made first.
Whoa,
team.
And
whoa,
just so
whoa,
you know,
whoa.
that year Donovan Mitchell should have been first team All Pro that year, ahead of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay, so
But
who's on the
I
second team?
regress.
Let's see.
Ox,
Because
like
we
you were
need 3.
saying, Ox. So I got
We need
Joker.
3, man.
I got Joker, Donovan Mitchell, Curry, buckets, Jaylen Brown on the second team.
wait though.
You put Jokic on the second team.
He did make it was second team because this was before his position when Embiid won MVP. So
Mhm.
Jokic was second team.
So I
Oh,
got
That's why they
Joker,
changed it.
Mitchell, Curry, buckets, Jaylen Brown on the second team. Who comes off that crew?
So wait, once again, I'm not saying he should have been over Shea, but I'm saying if Shea gets on there with 30, as a matter of fact, I am saying he should have been on there over Shea. Shea won 42 games. He averaged 30, yes, but Trey Young averaged 26 and 10.
Okay, so Dame.
If Shea could have made it, Trey could have made it. I
One more.
mentioned Dame.
So now
Second team.
So now I got third team.
God forbid me. I mentioned Jaylen Brown or Jimmy Butler. I know Jaylen Brown was winning
Yeah, you
games, so
went-
I'll
you
leave
didn't just throw those
Jaylen
two
Brown
guys
out of this.
You went
Jimmy
with-
Butler.
Jimmy Butler is great.
So Jimmy
Don't throw
Dame.
Jimmy and
No, but
Jaylen
I'm
Brown
not
into the
done though.
conversation.
I'm not done.
You're not done.
No,
Okay,
I'm not done.
come on.
I mentioned those
Oh,
three.
Jimmy-
Trey Young
Dame
better than
and SGA.
Damian Lillard. Like, what we doing?
Ju-
Let's move on.
Mars, being better than somebody has nothing to do
But
with
that's what
all
you said.
NBA teams.
I don't care about the conversation no more. You said he's better than Dame.
Okay, well,
it's an argument. It's an
No,
argument.
it's not.
Why is it not? Why is it not? Why is it not?
Reflection.
Why is it not?
No. Because
But
essentially what you're telling us,
either way it goes, that's not what we're doing right now. That's not what we're doing right now. That's not what we're doing.
Ron.
That's not what we're
Essentially
doing.
What you're telling us is you're telling us the best version of Dame is not better than Trae Young. The best version of him is not better than
the best version of Trae Young and the best version of Dame can go head to head, and it goes either way.
Ron,
it goes either way.
Is that a fact?
I mean, look, y'all don't got to agree. Y'all asked me the question, I answered it. It is what it is.
That's two guys.
Now you
Ron,
the best
Ron,
game is the best is toss-up?
Yeah, he was telling that.
Trae clears as a distributor, and when it comes to scoring, it's like, yeah, Dame's a better scorer, but by how much?
You don't even believe
A
that.
lot.
By how much? Okay, well, Trae as a distributor, it's a lot, and I value that in a point guard.
Ron, on the third team, Sabonis, Fox, Dame, Julius Randle, LeBron James.
Oh, pack up Julius.
Exactly. Mars knows exactly what I'm going to say. I'm going to leave Fox and DeMarcus out of this.
Are you basically telling me that
Trae?
That Damian Lillard is basically a hyped up Trae Young? Is that basically what you're
I'm
telling
not. I never said any of that. This isn't even a conversation I want to have. Mars asked me. I thought about it, and I'm like, it's not for me. It's not crazy to take Trae over Dame.
Hey, you gave 4 people, maybe 5. So that's okay.
All of us have him on no team except you, Ron. So who's the next player?
All right, the next player, Ja Morant.
He's not gonna play 65 games, so no team.
Yes, he is, Mars.
Why is he not going to play 65 games?
Because he's injury prone.
Pistols.
See, I'm not doing all that. I'm not saying he's gonna get in trouble again. He's just not gonna play 65.
Mars is leaning heavily toward the cop-out thing. I don't think he's. I think he's playing 65 games. That's why
he gets hurt a lot.
I think that ankle injury I think that was minimal, and they're sitting him out because of the preseason. If it was a regular season, because he would be playing. No doubt about that. And I mean, guys are banged up all the time in the league. No doubt about that. And I can appreciate you leaning on the 65 games, but this is a not a breakout season, but this is a redemption season for Ja to get back in the conversation for where he used to be. And on top of him getting back in the conversation for where he used to be, it's also going to be getting Memphis back where they were not too long ago and getting them back on track, which would explain why Ja's going to play as many games as he's going to play. Now, is he going to be an all-pro? I don't hate him being on the third team. I don't hate it.
Ja has played 65 games once. But now, to be fair, one of them, his first 2 years, he played 63 in his 72 game season. So he's basically played 65 games twice.
Right.
2022, 57 games. 2023, 61 games with the suspensions and stuff. But he got hurt in the playoffs. In 2022, he got hurt in the playoffs. Last year, he came back and then got hurt again. He's injury prone.
I think
I'm betting on good authority to say he might not play 65 games next year. It's not like I just made it up out of thin air, like, it's a cop out because
like all the other times
I'm just gonna say he's not gonna randomly.
Even if that's true though, but even if that's true, Mars, I think that we have an incentive now, right? We have an incentive now.
The incentive ain't gonna stop him from separating his shoulder.
No, it won't. No, but what it'll also do is he'll be more cautious about going to the basket with reckless abandon.
Oh, if you believe that,
would they potentially load manage him?
I ain't saying that he's not going to do it. Whoa, hold on, Mars. I'm not saying that he's not going to do it.
Ja Morant going to be more cautious than
I do think that. I do think that he's going to. I do think he's going to have more regard going to the basket as he did in the past because he knows that I'm not going to be able to hold up if I keep playing like this. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to be able to go to the basket. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be able to throw it over the top of guys. I'm just not putting my head down and going to the basket every time. No, he's not going to do that. I don't think he's going to play with that reckless abandonment. I think that with that year off, I think that smartened him up, and I think you're going to see a different job just off the strength of him getting hurt.
He going to get hurt.
Wait. Yeah, no. Yeah. I don't got him on the team.
I told you how I feel about Memphis. I got Memphis as damn near top 4 seed in the West.
Yeah,
damn near top 3.
And
I got Ja. I got Ja at like 27-8. So
if he plays more than 65, he'll make it because they're going to be better than people expect, and he's going to get a lot of credit for it, and he's going to get the numbers.
Y'all, kill me if y'all want. If Ja play over 65 and they are top 2-3 seed
candidate,
No, I'm not saying MVP. I'm just saying he can get He
could
can jump JT in that first team tier.
I mean, honestly, it's not that crazy. Look, again, we talked about screen setting. Zach Edey setting a screen for Ja Morant going downhill with elite spacing. That is a very dangerous equation. Very dangerous.
He's just not gonna play 65. So
okay,
I agree with 27 and 8. I think that's probable if I'm being honest. He's just not gonna play 65. So
I got him second team.
I got him third.
Pin?
I got him on no team, but that's because of 65. That's it. That's
all right. Ja Morant, get in line behind Trae Young. You aren't making a team this year. Next, another point guard. Steph Curry.
He not gonna play 65.
I
have him third team.
He also just looked washed, but that's besides the point.
What? Nope.
Huh?
But yeah, he might sneak a third team. But
these dudes trying to trick me, Mars. They try. I'm watching Buddy Hield knock down shots with a hand in his face, and I'm like, this is not tricking me. It's not.
It's only a matter of time before he stops shooting the ball. It's cool.
I'm higher on the Warriors than most, I guess, on the panel are. And I think that they're going to be surprisingly decent this year. I really like some of the role players that they got, and role players usually don't get the credit that they deserve. So it's obviously going to be the star who's going to get the credit. So again, it's the same situation with Ja.
Last year, Penn. They got the same role players that they.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Buddy Hield.
What are we doing here? They changed the whole core up. And by the way, all like the two of their best role players from last year, who are very good young players who do not get enough respect because they were later picks and they're not super hype prospects, in Trace Jackson Davis and Brandon Podziemski are a year older. And I expect a massive second year jump from those guys. I still hold out a lot of faith for Moses Moody. Not enough to hold him out of, Miles Turner talks, but I hold out a lot of faith for him. And I don't know what Jonathan Kuminga is going to be or what, Andrew Wiggins is going to be.
Do you
those
think
are two wings that can defend.
Do you think that Klay Thompson was a role player last year?
Did I think Klay Thompson was a role player?
Mm-hmm.
I think he knew that. I think he's been a role player for a very long time.
Well, I think they're all role players. Let me rephrase that. Was he a D&3 guy last year?
No, because in order to be a D&3 guy, you got to play D.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a
3 guy.
He was
definitely a 3 guy. What's the difference between him and Buddy Hield?
Buddy Hield can't play defense either. Buddy Hield's a terrible defender.
Okay.
He is friggin' awful defensively.
Fellas, we got to get to this ranking. We got more players to get to.
Okay. I'm gonna say no team, but if he plays 65, I think he'll be good enough to make it. But I'm gonna say no team.
There's also a legacy factor here. Again, you're padding accolades on an all-time great career, and the media will give it to you.
You got KD missing it.
Because I don't think he's gonna make the 65 game mark. And even if that, I don't think they're gonna put 2 Suns. There's no other Warrior that can get credit for the Warriors' success.
How many games does Steph play?
Pin Mars Ox. What team y'all got?
Oh, we played 74. That's my first.
I got him on
third.
third.
Are you saying no?
Curry's third.
You said third? Chill.
If he plays 65, I don't see a world of Steph Curry's not an all-pro. I don't.
Third?
Yes.
Third? All right. Third it is for Steph Curry. Next, we have another point guard. The point guard. The premier point guard of the NBA.
Tyrese Halliburton?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I don't know.
I don't have him playing 65.
Third team. I think he's going to make third team.
So I got
he made it last year, right? He made it last year?
Because of the contract.
I think he was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I thought he didn't play. Oh, he did. He played. He played
and it just didn't look the same, but they still gave it to him.
That's right. He did.
So I got Ja, Curry, and Halliburton on the because this is positionless.
Even if they say it's positionless, there's still some subconscious bias towards balance. Trust me, they're not putting 5 guards on the third team.
They put 5 bigs on the first team. First team more defense. Then they put 5, with the exception of Herb Jones. They put 4 bigs on there.
I think it's easier for the defensive team. It's a little harder for the offensive teams. I don't think
he might not play 65.
Is anyone going to play 65 games this year, Mars? Literally.
Well, I'm waiting for us to get to the guys who I think will, but he's not saying them. But I'm gonna put him on 13. I'm gonna put him on 13.
Pin, you said third?
I put him on no team.
No team.
I think they could underwhelm a little bit, and I don't think he's going to play 65 games.
Chill.
But if he does, he's going to have the numbers to do it for sure.
I think your man is the odd man out. I do.
All right.
Damn.
Tyrese Halliburton, not on a team either. That's Trae Young, Steph. Oh, no, Steph made 13. Trae Young, John Morant, and Hadley both making no teams. All right, moving along, we have yet another point guard, but the best point guard in the NBA,
First team.
Luka Doncic.
First team.
First, no
How many in a
question.
row is that going to be for him? 5?
Six.
6?
80.
I think he has more All NBA first teams than Steph. I think that's what they said when he made it this year.
Steph got 4, I think.
He's touchable.
Mhm.
He's insanely good.
Yeah, first team. He gonna keep making it until he doesn't want to make it no more.
All right, y'all. We have about 15 more players left on the list, but before I get to any players, I will read a super chat or two or just keep reading them until you guys get us up above 400 likes.
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and make it happen. MTHJ301 said, beware my Warriors. Predicted the lineup too. Should we beware of the Warriors?
I'm not
Yes.
moved. I'm
Me
not
neither.
moved. The more I watch them, the less moved I become. So
Mhm.
Preseason.
yeah.
Okay.
It's just, I think they're gonna play the same way, just with a different rotation. Like I don't think they're just gonna change their style of play in the regular season. I just don't think they're that good. Offensively. Defensively, they look like they might have something. But offensively, I'm not good.
Mhm.
Respect Steph said, love the show. L. Ron. Damn. Question, Chill. Do the preseason still mean something to you? If so, do your opinion on the Warriors change?
The reason why they're saying this, the reason why he's asking this question is because the Warriors went 5-0 in the preseason. Last time they did that, there was a parade in Oakland. That's why he's saying that. No. Mm-mm.
Are they 5-0 right now?
Yeah.
They haven't lost in the preseason. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
That's why that question is being
Then
asked.
why are you saying you're not moved, Mars? You just not
They
rating
don't
the
have
win?
No, I mean wins in preseason don't move me at all because you end up just playing your 15th man for the last quarter or whatever. So the wins don't matter. It's about judging the process and how you operate. They can't create advantages at all. Like everything they do, like a team that relies solely on off-ball action to create anything, I just don't buy that as a good team. You have to be able to create something with the ball, and they can't do it. Everything they do, and I credit to Terry Stotts, who's on their coaching staff, credit to Steve Kerr, because schematically, they are doing the best with what they can. With what they have at their disposal, they are doing their best to generate good looks consistently down the floor.
I wonder
you-
if they are
If you
Brandon
don't
Ingram
have someone
trade.
to create something with the ball, I'm just not buying into that as a team. I'm
Well,
just not.
No,
Who did they-
Penn, and I know where you're going with that. No, Penn.
But a Brandon Ingram or a Zach LaVine might actually fit into what they do, but it doesn't fit into how they play. And honestly, who did they have last year in that spot?
Didn't buy into
Well,
him last
they
year.
had Andrew Wiggins, but he wasn't available as
It's
much.
the same. It's the same problem. They don't have anyone who can create something with
Right.
the ball. I mean, Steph, obviously, but outside of Steph, they have nothing. And even Steph,
Draymond's not a creator?
with the ball in his hands, no, he's just waiting for someone to get open. That's all he does. He just stands around and he's gonna wait for someone to get open. Or he's gonna run his DHO. He's gonna run something. But
I think
everything is
that's
gonna
an
be predicated on
oversimplification.
Buddy running around, Steph running around. They're trying to scramble the defense off the ball while the person who has the ball is no threat to do anything. And then Steph's gonna run high pick and roll. They're gonna blitz him, and then they're gonna start playing 4-on-3 with guys who can't play off advantage. Like I don't.
Jonathan Kuminga not moving you at all.
I like.
He just uses him wrong.
I
if I'm
like
being
that
honest
he's
with you.
shooting the three more willingly, but defensively, I think he's terrible. But offensively, he might have a little something, not as an advantage creator or anything, but he might have something as value. So
I think they have
I'm not buying into
with
it.
that.
Zach LaVine is who I think they should have got. If they could have got Zach LaVine, I think that would have been perfect. They need someone who can create something. They just don't have it. So that's why I don't buy into them. I might be wrong. They might be able to make their way to the playoffs and make a little postseason run with nothing but off-ball action. I'll be like, hey, my
There's
fault.
not a single
Just post
player
it.
on that 73-win team that mimicked the play style of a Zach LaVine or Carmelo Anthony or any one of those phone booth players. You don't always need an ISO Joe type of player to be successful at
Zach
creating advantage.
LaVine is not an ISO Joe type of player.
Zach LaVine, what's his isolation percentage?
I'll look it up, but Zach
He's more of a,
Levine-
he's definitely more of a
Zach
transition.
Levine-
We got to get back.
I
to
know
this
we got to
game.
move. I know we got to move.
Zach Levine can score however you want. Isolation is probably his least efficient play type. For me.
Yeah, I was thinking he's more of a transition guy than he is an isolation guy.
But it's not about having someone. It's not about having an isolation player. I mean, like Kevin Durant helped them. It's not about isolation. It's about having someone who can create an advantage with the ball in their hands, whether that's by playmaking or by having scoring gravity.
But that's not their offense, though, Mars. That's the difference.
They don't create advantages. Kyle Anderson is out there being ignored, and he's trying to find someone off the ball. Or Draymond Green is out there being ignored, and he's trying to find someone off the ball. And Moses Moody is not creating his own shot. Jonathan Kuminga's out there trying to attack downhill. It's like, I guess.
But that's
Andrew
never
Wiggins
been their
doesn't
offense,
look like
though,
Andrew
Mars.
Wiggins.
Their offense is what
And the
created
game has
advantages.
changed.
That's the difference.
Stick to, in 2016, they didn't need advantage to create. The game was different. Now, I think you need guys who are multiple guys who are able to attack off the bounce, who are able to create for themselves, run pick and rolls, be a threat. I think now you need multiple guys to do that. 8 years ago, I think the Warriors didn't need that. Now I think you need that. That's how I think.
Okay, sure, Mars.
Brandon Pajinsky and Andrew Wiggins, I think you have something there. I think Jonathan Kuminga could do a little bit of that. It's not elite, but a lot of these teams don't have elite creators. Elite creators are Shea, Luka. There's like 6. The rest of the teams are all working with guys who are less than optimal ways of doing this. You look at the Pacers; they're working with Pascal Siakam. You look at a lot of these teams. Tyrese Halliburton. Ben Mathurin is not super efficient.
He said Benedict Mathurin. I said
Ryan Nembhard isn't really all of that bad at creating too.
Andrew Nembhard.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
But like, I'm
Must
not
be that accent thing again.
When it comes to when it comes to winning at the highest level, I'm not buying into any team that doesn't have an elite creator. You have to have an elite creator.
Steph is an elite creator. So is
not as much as
you have to have multiple of them. When I look at the Warriors, they are solely relying on off-ball creation. Solely. Even Steph on the ball creation is diminishing.
Solely is crazy. Mark.
So Mars, it sounds like
you're way too smart to believe what you're saying right now.
No, what it is it sounds to me when I listen to Mars, it sounds like Mars' stance is that their offense has now become outdated. That's what it sounds like because their offense is
running the Utah Jazz offense. Everything is off the ball.
They just won a championship
because what happened? Because what happened with the Golden State offense, their offense, the ball never stuck to anybody's hands. It was always action. 2 dribbles, shoot the ball, 2, 3 dribbles, get off the ball. That was just their offense. So it sounds to me, Mars, like you're telling me that it's not the personnel, it's their offense is outdated. If they can get guys who can continue to enhance that play,
this is narrative. This is not fact. Their offense is not outdated.
Fellas, this conversation is outdated because we do have to move on. The next player that I have for you guys is Paolo Banchero.
No team.
They're gonna put him on the team. I'll put him third team. They're gonna get him on there.
Why would you put him on third team?
I wouldn't put him on that, but they're gonna put him on.
Chill.
Why are you agreeing with that?
I think
about why I agree with what I think is gonna happen. I'm just making a prediction.
You think he's gonna be third team? Okay.
Where do you have him?
I think they're gonna be a top 5 seeds, and they're gonna put him on an All-NBA team.
I don't think he's there yet. I think he's a year
You don't think he makes a team?
I don't think he's there yet.
I don't have him on a team either. So
no, I think he's
Paulo,
a year away. I don't think he's there.
Back of the line. We are going to have to do some crazy revisions because this is looking crazy right now. But let's keep going though. Next up, we have Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis is going to play the amount of games.
Treating him. They might even put him on a all defensive team next year.
Anthony Davis?
Mars, he was first team. He was a first team All Pro last year. Mars, knock it off as a defender.
Yeah, and now they hating on him.
So where you guys got him?
I think he's an All Pro again.
What year or what team?
I think he's going to play the amount of games. I think he's a second team All Pro.
They're not going to put him above LeBron. They'll never do that. So I'll put him third team.
Penn?
Anthony Davis?
Yes.
No team.
I got him at no team too. I don't think he plays the. I don't think he plays a number of games. So, AD, you're going to the end of the line too, buddy. Right behind Paolo. Next up, we have the guy that's better than Trae Young, Damian Lillard.
No, I think Damian Lillard's days of making the All-Pro team. I think those days is over. Unfortunately,
I was splitting hairs between him and Booker.
Just off the narrative on him. Unless Milwaukee does something like what the Knicks are going to do. Like if Milwaukee's a top 2 seed and Damian Lillard is like 27-8, I think that he's got a legit shot at making the All-Pro team if that happens. But I think the narrative on Damian Lillard is that he's slowed down. He's not who he used to be. Brunson, Maxey, De'Aaron Fox, these guys have passed him. So I don't think they look at him like that anymore.
I like to be cautious when I'm talking about all-time greats when it comes to writing them off. I don't write him off because of last season.
I don't either.
I can't.
Mm-hmm.
So you telling me, we got Trae Young conversations up here. We can't have Damian Lillard conversations. He's going to be on a much better team. I don't know. Like he doesn't make my team, but it's not because I don't think he's very, very good.
I still think he's very good. I think Damian Lillard's a top 10 guard in the game. I still think that.
That's not saying much.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of good guards.
Yes, the league is loaded with guards. So yes, it is. It's saying a lot to say that Damian Lillard is the top 10 guard.
He not gonna make it.
Okay, we all have Dame not on the team. So Dame, you get in line as well. Next, we have Joel Embiid.
He's not going to play the amount of games. So I don't have Joel Embiid making any All-Pro teams.
He's never going to be close to the amount of games.
Mm-mm.
All right, I think we all can agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, another point guard, De'Aaron Fox.
So
they're not
Steph,
giving the Kings 2. They're not giving the Kings 2. So
is it because it's the Kings?
It's because they're not going to be good enough to get 2.
Yes, they are. They're going to be good enough. I think that
to get 2 all pro guys. You better be a damn near top 2 seed to do that.
Why do they have to be?
Like the Lakers were last year.
Right.
Well, the Lakers are in one of the largest media markets. The Sacramento Kings are in the smallest media markets. I mean, we're not comparing apples and apples. Also, De'Aaron Fox is not LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Can we?
No, he isn't.
He's great. No, he's a really good player.
His contract depends on it.
That's definitely a factor.
That's
but
fair.
We also got that's definitely a factor right there, and we also got to factor in where they're going to be. I don't think they have to be a top 2 seed, but because we've seen them as a top 3 seed, and like they had to get, they were alternates in the All-Star game. So I don't think that has anything to do with it. So when we're talking about them being, I think they're anywhere between 5 and 8 this season. I don't think it's ridiculous to have De'Aaron Fox in the conversation. But the point guards with Curry, and Brunson, let's see, Trae Young and Luka and Ja Morant, I think he's going to be on the outside looking in. I do.
Remember, it is positionless too, though.
It is. Even though it's a contract year, I think he could be on the outside looking in.
Yeah, I don't have De'Aaron either.
It's unfortunate. He's great.
I can't remember if I had Sabonis on or off.
I had him off.
I'm going to assume I had him off and then say I think De'Aaron makes it. I have one of them making it. I don't know which one, but I'm assuming I had Sabonis off. So I'm going to give it to De'Aaron. But if I had them both on, then whoops.
Lead guards? That's going to be a lot, man. Shit.
All right, well, De'Aaron, you're not on here either as of right now. Next up, what's up?
I think he makes the All-Pro team, Ron, off the strength that it's a contract year. I think they put him on.
So you got him at third team?
Yes, I think he makes. And I know that sounds nuts because I got 4 point guards on the third team.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
All right, well, De'Aaron, you are now on the third team tier. Julius Randle.
Wait, De'Aaron made third team?
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
shit. Wow.
No, I don't know why we even brought up Julius.
No.
Mm-mm.
No chance.
And I think Minnesota going to be the best team in the West. And no, I don't think Julius Randle's making the All-Pro team. And it's a contract year too. But no, he's going to be the exception.
He has a team option. He has a player option. He can still pick it up.
He's just not good enough.
He's got double contract here. He's not good enough.
Yeah, this is.
He's not.
Man, Moss,
Is there? Hold on.
I don't care about the numbers. I don't care. He's not good enough.
Damn,
No,
that's
the
what they
numbers-
go off of, Moss.
The numbers do
I
matter.
don't care. He's not good enough.
If Minnesota is the number 1 seed, which half the people up here pretty much assume they will be.
I think they're going to be the best team in the West.
So the number 1 seed is the one team that I could see having 2 guys, and Julius could be on a mission given everything that happened last year. He's a really good player. You can nitpick his game to death. You can say you don't like his style, you don't like this, you don't like that, but he's a really good player and he gets numbers, he gets buckets, and he fills up all 3 stat categories. If he's on the number 1 team in the West and they're like a 60-win team, I don't think they're gonna be the best team in the West, but some of y'all do. So if they're a 60-win team and he puts up 24, 10, and 5, shit, he's got a better chance than a lot of these dudes. A lot of these dudes.
That's just not ridiculous.
Plus, you got to factor in he's already made it a couple times. So these guys, these voters, they already value what he does.
Couple times too many.
I agree with you. I don't value low efficiency isolation scoring the way some people do, but some people swear by it. So shit.
Yeah, shout out to him though. He a good player.
So we have Julius Randle not on the team?
No.
All right, Julius, back of the line, buddy. Next up, this one should be easy. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
First team.
All right. Giannis, you are up there with SGA and Luka. Now we have yet another point guard, Tyrese Maxey.
Second team. Someone's going to get credit.
Embiid's going to miss so
decent.
much. Yeah, Embiid's going to miss so much
That is
time
true.
that he's going to get. Yeah, I can see it.
Smalls, can we say the same thing about Paul George then?
No,
because Paul George going to be part of the missing time.
Yeah. Paul George already out.
Paul George not going to play 65 either. So
Yeah.
no.
And even if he did play 65, he's not going to get the numbers Maxey's going to get. Max,
Yeah, he knows.
damn near
Paul
average
George
30
going
this
to be
year.
lower volume but higher efficiency.
Hot take time. Tyrese Maxey's going to average 28 to. He's going to average over 28 points per game this year. Watch it happen. Is that a hot take?
He averaged 26
that's-
last year. Like, he gonna make one more layup a game. Like, okay.
Yeah. but to 28, like, I mean, it's getting dangerously close to 30 points per game. You don't keep that, and he's efficient. He's super efficient.
How many
So
28 a game guys are not all pros?
not many.
Trae Young.
Mars, where do you have him at?
I can see second team.
I don't think any more point guards are making it. I don't.
I could see second team, but I can also see where I think Philly gonna have one, and it's not gonna be Embiid. So I'm gonna say third team to play safe. I'm gonna say third team.
I think he's out, Ron.
All right, well, I have him out too. Since me and Chill both have him out, he will not be making this list. I just don't see a world where Tyrese makes it over Trae, Ja, Halliburton, and Dame. I do think he's gonna have a crazy year, but I don't think he makes it over all.
He's
of
going to
them.
be on.
He's gonna
He's
play more
going
games
to be
than
on the
LeBron.
better team, though. Most likely.
I don't think he's gonna be on a better team than the Pacers. Well,
And
yeah,
I was just thinking about.
I had highly on my team, so there's that.
just yesterday, Ron. I asked you guys the question, and you looked at the roster. You look at who's Philly starting 5. You got Maxey at the 1. Who's playing the 2? Kelly O.
Probably.
Okay, Kelly O at the 2. George at the 3. Caleb Martin at the 4. Joel Embiid at the 5.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a whack 5, yo. I don't love that 5 at all.
I don't think that's
Look at
whack,
their
not
depth.
one bit.
I do
Look at their
not
depth.
love
So
that.
they got 3
I do not
all-stars.
like that 5,
Why,
yo.
why
That's
are they
a very
whack?
good 5. That's Paul George. That's the most silky smooth player in NBA history.
Okay, that's the same
That's
Paul
Joel
George. You don't-
Embiid.
you
That's
don't
the
think
most
he's gonna-
silky smooth center not named Hakeem Olajuwon in NBA history.
Mm,
They got Tyrese Maxey. That's the
Okay.
quickest point guard in the
Yeah, I can deal
NBA
with that.
whose name isn't De'Aaron Fox.
mhm.
Like they
Kelly
got Kelly
O.
Oubre.
Mars just casually throws in Hakeem Olajuwon every time he brings up Joel Embiid. Stop doing it.
That's
Stop
Kelly.
that.
That's Kelly Oubre. According to
That's
some
that's
people.
you know what,
That's
Mars, you're in the
that's the top
UK. I'm gonna
25
give you a red
player.
card.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you a red card right now.
What,
Football.
dude?
Fellas, we got to keep it pushing though, because we
Yeah,
got a
keep
few
it-
more
keep-
names.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Evan Mobley.
No
No.
team.
All right, Evan Mobley, back of the line. Jaylen Brown.
No.
No team.
No team for JB.
He
All
was
right.
coming off of MVP. They might just throw him in.
Come on.
He also didn't make it last year. Was very
Be
vocal
for
about
real.
that. Then he got snubbed off the team. Snubs of Team USA. Yeah, they're gonna put him on a team. They're gonna put him on a team. Third team. I'll go on third team. They're gonna put him on
Mars,
a
if the Celtics win between 65 and 70 games, is Jaylen Brown an All-Pro?
They're gonna put him on a team regardless. Like
If
they're
they
gonna
win
feel bad for
72
everything.
games, he'll make third team All NBA. But they're
I
not
didn't even
gonna
think
win
it's
72.
72. Just set, if they win between 65 and 70 games, is Jaylen Brown an All-Pro?
They can win 60 games. He gonna make it. They're gonna make amends for doing him wrong last year.
They didn't do him wrong.
that you not hear the tone of my voice when I said doing him wrong? Like, clearly, I don't think they did him wrong, but they're gonna make amends for doing him wrong.
Well, in case
So
any
he's
of those
gonna make
voters with a vote are watching this perchance, y'all didn't do him wrong. You got it right. Get it right again.
They're gonna
So
make
Mars, you have third team.
Yeah.
Chill.
Mm-mm.
No team.
team.
Pin. No
Oh,
team.
you hate, man. Where's Ross,
Jaylen
man?
Brown. You're not on the team. We have another easy one. A layup. Nikola Jokic.
First team.
All right.
Is first team full now?
No, it's four.
No, there's
The
one
four
more
that
spot.
you
There's one
expect.
more spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum, first team. Ooh.
All right. Kyrie Irving.
No.
No Kyrie.
Mm-mm.
Jimmy Butler.
No.
Watch Jimmy Butler come out and start the season at like fucking 28 a game in the Miami Heat are like top 5 in the East. Watch some dumb shit like that happen. I'm watch.
He could do it. He
Watch.
totally
Shout
could.
out Jimmy.
I mean,
All
Jimmy
right.
should be in that conversation for third team, but I got him off right now.
Mm-hmm.
Zion Williamson.
No team.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It's a safe bet to say he's not gonna play 65. So
Is definitely
No.
a safe, but I think if Zion plays 65, I wouldn't be surprised if second
the
team.
Pels are not moving me, man.
Zion's moving me though.
I'm
You
smart.
could
I am
you could average
snoring.
28 and 10 on a losing team. You're not making all pro.
Unless you're
Right.
Wemby, apparently. But Zion,
Look,
10
when
rebounds.
he's got the defense, that's a different equation.
Zion ain't never gonna average 10 rebounds. That's just never gonna
I am not
rebounds.
sleeping on New Orleans. I am snoring on the New Orleans Pelicans.
That's nice.
All right, Zion back at the line. Next up, Bam Adebayo.
Ugh.
Third team.
No
You said
team.
third team?
I got him.
Can
on
you
no
say
team.
third too?
Miami
team.
gonna get themselves
I
one.
think
No
Bam's
team.
an all pro. I do.
I don't think so.
Where you
I've
got
just been
him?
putting everyone third team. I've got like 19 third team players.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Actually,
to
no.
Did
I'll
y'all
take that a
not
step
make a
farther.
list?
Take that a step farther. Take that a step further. I think
No.
Bam's second team all pro this year.
I'm fine with second team. Cool, second team, I guess.
Yeah, I think Bam's
All
the
right.
second team all pro this year. He's a
Bam,
27 guy.
I come in here and I be improvising, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
When
All
I got
right.
job security, I can improvise.
James
W
Harden.
tenure.
No.
Hell no.
No.
Mm-mm.
No for James Harden. And last but not least, Jason Tatum.
First team.
Mhm.
So no Ben Simmons. All right, okay.
Sorry, Mars.
Ben
Ben
Simmons,
Simmons.
18th team, all
Mhm.
NBA.
All right, I'm gonna go
That's
ahead and
too
throw this
high.
on the screen.
Top
That might
90
be-
player, we'll take it. Top 90 player, yeah.
That's a little high. It's a little ambitious.
Chill out, man. Chill out.
All right, here's what we're looking at right now. These are the teams.
yeah.
At first team, we have SGA. Second, SGA, Luka, Giannis, Nikola Jokic, and Jason Tatum. So that team is solidified. At second team, we only have 3 players, so we will have to correct this. We have Jalen Brunson, Ant Edwards, and Bam Adebayo. And at third team on that tier right now, we have Devin Booker, Domantas Sabonis, Victor Wembanyama, Donovan Mitchell, LeBron James, Steph Curry, and De'Aaron Fox.
So we actually got 15 guys.
We
Yep.
actually got 15 guys.
Good work, guys.
Yeah, it's great.
Good work.
But
now
we
let's
do have-
move- let's move-
by
let's
the way,
move-
Mars,
let's
you
move
see
LeBron
that
and Donovan
bloated
Mitchell.
third team? That's all you.
Whoops. Let's move LeBron and Donovan Mitchell up. There we go. Then it's balanced.
No
High-five.
way. We're
Yes.
moving Wemby up. Move
No.
Wemby up.
You're not getting the first one. I'm not gonna lie to
I
you,
was
man.
thinking Donovan Mitchell and James.
When,
LeBron
All right,
gonna
so
get
hold
it.
on. Let's
move
let's
Wemby
let's
and
go
LeBron got
through.
the legacy. LeBron got the legacy, and Donovan Mitchell gonna be hooping. So
All right, so Mars, you're saying Bron and Mitch. Chill, who you got?
The same, Braun and Mitch.
Pin?
Actually,
Wemby,
No,
Wemby and Devin Booker.
I'm sorry, Ron. Not James. Keep James on the third team. Put KD.
KD,
Move yeah, move
KD's
KD's
KD.
out
not
of it.
here.
Yeah, these.
you just gonna move KD from no team to second team?
Mm.
It's only the top 3 tiers. Hold on. let me
Right,
just-
so it's
let me
only
do
the
this
top.
for you.
So exactly that then. Move Mitchell and James up to the second team.
All right. Crazy thing is, I'm with you, Pin. I got Book and Wemby.
Okay, great. We
So
win.
we have to run a poll, Book and Wemby or Bron and D-Mitch?
That's what it is.
Don't
I'm
do
fine-
that
I'm
because you
fine
know
with Book-
LeBron
I'm
is.
fine with Book over D-Mitch.
You know, Bron sexuals in the chat are gonna freaking vote him every.
Yeah,
single
I'm
time.
fine with Book. I'm fine with Book over Donovan Mitchell, but I'm not
All right.
going Wemby in the second team.
Okay, so now it's out of Wemby and Braun.
Wemby.
I mean, we can still say Wemby, D Mitchell. D Mitchell still has votes.
We
We
can
can put another guard on there. We can
move Braun up. They're not gonna.
Do you really think that Bam Adebayo is going to make an all-pro team over Wembanyama? Like, for
Yes.
real? Given
I
the
don't think
league
Bam's gonna
push?
make a team at all.
Not a chance, man. That's not going to happen. I put DeMontis Sabonis over Bam. He's not going to be on a great. He's not going to be on a great
You guys
team this
put Bam
year.
second team. I don't know why you guys did that. I said third team.
I said second.
You put
I don't know
everyone
how
on
you
the
got
third
second.
team. You have
Bam is gonna be 23.
Team.
Bam is gonna be 23.
You didn't even say Jalen Green. Five. What you doing, Ron? No, man. It's cool.
Jalen Green's not involved in this. No.
Oh, Jalen Green not involved. All right, we'll find out. We'll see.
Mhm. Bam is gonna be 20 plus and 10 on elite defense this season.
Sounds like Wemby.
Yeah, it
Doesn't
does sound like
matter.
Wemby.
He's
It
gonna
does.
he's gonna get his credit on the all
Mhm.
defensive pro team, number one, and he's not gonna be on a great team. I don't think the Miami Heat are gonna be a great team, and
I
I
don't
think
think
this
they are
Jimmy
neither.
Butler. I
Sounds
think
like
this
the
Jimmy
Spurs.
Butler situation could go backwards.
We got a bunch of guys that aren't. I think the Phoenix Suns are gonna be a play-in team. They ain't gonna be that awesome. I
But
think they're gonna be.
that's you. You're on an island all by yourself, and literally nobody else is visiting that island. They
Mhm.
shut off the boats. They shut off the rowboats. There's nobody.
Damn.
Nobody thinks that.
Yeah, chill.
Nobody.
Gilligan.
I've
well-
never seen anyone who could with a straight face say that they think that this Phoenix Suns team, with all the things that are going right for that team, with Mike Budenholzer coming in, upgrading that offense, is going to be the ninth team in the West. If that happens, something
Because
really
the Western
terrible
Conference
happens.
is going to be so good, and that's not terrible. Because the Western Conference is going to be so good, and in
But
fact,
there are a reason why
No
it's so
All-NBA
good.
players? That's crazy.
The Suns are better than people realize. Like, I don't know what I need to tell y'all. They got two of the top 15 players in the league. You don't have two of the top 15 players in the league, one of the top 15 coaches in the league,
right?
and have solid depth and end up at ninth unless something horrible happens. So yeah, if Devin Booker or KD
Did the
miss
Memphis
45
Grizzlies-
games,
Did the Memphis Grizzlies have two top 15 players going into the season and ended up third? No, they didn't. Ja Morant was not a top 15
that's
player
a
going
very
into that
different
season.
situation
No,
because the
it is the
Memphis
exact
Grizzlies
same
had
thing.
incredible depth. That is a different thing. Memphis plays like 12 deep, 10. Memphis builds their rosters 12 deep.
Sure.
That's not the point. That'll get you through the regular season. Did it get them a championship? Hell no.
And Penn, I can counter that.
KD
Keep going,
and Book
keep going.
are the type of offensive talent that can get you
Right.
through playoff series, but there also is enough help now, and we're just sleeping on Brad Beal like he's trash. He's not trash. He's a perfectly fine basketball player, and if he's healthy
Facts.
and he's a third option, I don't even know how I'm supposed to coach against that. Bradley
Right.
Beal is a third
Sure.
option.
100%. You just said that. Now, everything that you just said can get counted with what we just saw. And what we just saw was a team that was thrown together with KD, with Book, not only with KD and Book, we also with Bradley Beal, who has a bad back. We don't know how well he's going to be coming back. On top of him coming back, we get a new coach and we get a new system. We don't know how these guys are going to adapt.
Hang on, new coach, championship coach, new
Yes, sir.
coach, 60
Right.
plus wins with the Atlanta Hawks.
Yep.
Look at that Atlanta Hawks team with Al Horford, Kyle Korver, DeMar
Mhm.
Carroll. There's not more talented than that. When
Just
have you
because
ever-
you're just
when
because
have you
you're
ever
more
seen
just because you're
Budenholzer
more
be
talented
bad
does
in
not
the
make it just because you're more talented does not mean that you're better. So again, when we're talking about this Phoenix Suns team, we're talking about a team that with the offense now has to change from a bunch of one-on-one guys to now the ball having to move. With the ball having to move, and we got to play defense too, because we're not just going to be just a bucket getting team like the Indiana Pacers, and we're going to run up the score and we're not going to stop anybody. We got to stop people. And to your point, when you just talked about what we see them in the playoffs, they got mopped out of the playoffs. Why did they get mopped out of the playoffs? Because they ran into a team that's great one-on-one defensively. One-on-one defensively, they're great. That's why they got smoked. So when you put a crew together like the Phoenix Suns, where you're throwing a bunch of one-on-one guys and you expect it to work, you get that result, as opposed to the Memphis Grizzlies, who they built that crew, and they came out of nowhere.
I think Grayson, I think their entire goddamn team is underrated. I think Yusuf Nurkic is underrated. I think Bradley Beal is
Agreed.
underrated.
Agreed.
I think Ryan Dunn is criminally underrated. I think, did I say Grayson Allen? I said Grayson Allen. I think KD and Book are
Agreed.
underrated. I don't know why the
Agreed.
hell this team is getting slept on the way they are, but they have had about as good an offseason as I can imagine for a team that is in their cap situation. They nailed the draft completely. And I've never seen Bud coach a bad team in the regular season. I think it might be like my whole life I haven't seen him coach a bad team in the regular season. He always gets his team to overperform. And I'm sorry, with those Atlanta teams that were winning 60-plus games, Kyle Korver freaking making an all-star team, I didn't dream that happened. Okay, this team is way better than those Atlanta teams. I understand the league is way better too, and
They're more talented. There's a difference.
They're
more talented.
better. They're better. They're better. They're more talented. And in a playoff series, I'll tell you what right now. I'll say this. I don't expect the Suns to be a number 1 seed, number 2 seed, whatever. I expect them to be high, but I don't expect them to be number 1 or 2. But I would bet money that they'll be number 1 before they get to number 9. I would rather bet money on number 1 than number 9.
All right.
Easy. Because again, I don't even like Bud as a coach. I respect Bud as a coach, though. He's a damn good coach. So we're not talking about, oh, they hired JJ Redick off the street, off freaking running a podcast, and they're trying to run some novelty show up in LA. No, they hired a proven NBA champion. I could make a very solid argument. This Phoenix Suns team is almost as talented as that team that he coached out in Milwaukee that won a championship. I could argue, actually, they might be more talented than that team.
We'll see.
All right, y'all. I'm running a poll right now, and this will determine who will make second team All-NBA on our Players' Choice list between Bron and Wemby. It's currently 122 votes. I'm going to let it run until we get about 200 votes, so you guys get over there and vote. Also, you know the drill. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and for all of you who have sent through Super Chats, well, now's the time. Dubs the Money Man said, I want all the smoke on the Rockets being the 5th seed. 200 or better, bet it up. Is he betting with them or against them?
I don't know, but we look good when we don't play OKC. We look good.
Gambling addictions. All right.
But top 5 C, I don't know, but
Dub's basically Michael Jordan in the chat.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to you guys coming in here mad about your props and all of that good stuff, but it is what it is. If you're gonna bet it up, bet it up. Good luck to everybody
haven't we
out
seen
there.
online bets already in here and guys not paying up? Have we already seen that?
yeah, we did see that.
Modest Review said, how similar is players like Shea to players like Kobe? And also, how dissimilar is he to Kobe as an offensive player and defensive player?
He doesn't play above the rim like Bryant. That we just start and stop the conversation with that right there. I don't think he plays.
Luka doesn't play above the rim like LeBron James. It hasn't stopped that conversation from happening.
Yeah, but now we get more James Harden comparisons because of it, because of the
Right.
and the defense. Shea drives more than Kobe did.
Bryant plays on a block more than him.
You think Shea drives more than Kobe?
That was a different game. It was a different time.
Yeah,
I think
largely because of error and and stuff.
I understand that people have a really difficult time putting
Kobe gets to the basket.
Shea in that
Bryant got to the basket a lot, Mars.
Shea drives more than anyone in the NBA.
Yes, he does. And
Like,
he's
I'm not making this up. He drives more than anyone in the
elite at it.
Like me saying he drives more than Kobe isn't a knock to Kobe.
Right.
You can be Kobe's the better player. He drives less. Like
I wonder where Bryant falls and drives to the basket, like at his best. Because Bryant.
Okay,
got to the
I
basket
also
a
wonder
lot.
how Kobe would do with the increased spacing that is in today's NBA.
He gets to the basket a lot. Yeah,
He would get to the basket a lot more. He would score
100%.
a lot more too. This is the guy who scored 81 points, when the league was struggling to score 100, 104. So yeah, today Kobe would crack 100.
Kobe the better on-ball defender too. Substantially better.
Yes.
Shot blocker.
Way better shot blocker, better athlete.
Yep.
Better
He
vertical
passed,
athlete.
but he
Better athlete. Yeah. I'll give him
more
that.
explosive. I'll say more explosive. Better passer than Shea. Better in the mid range. Better tough shot maker. But in terms of
Better at the rim.
he's just better. But in
Yeah.
terms of like way in which they play, I think the biggest difference is how much both of them drive. Shea drives a lot more. Kobe takes a lot more jumpers.
But could you imagine a situation where Kobe had spacing like they have in OKC, where he would drive more than Shea?
More than Shea, I don't think he'd lead the league in drives now.
Okay.
I can imagine he drives a lot more than he did, but I don't think he drives more than Shea.
I don't think he gets sucked into the three ball.
I don't think Shea is
I
driving as
don't.
much if Shaq is in the paint. And
With the-
Bynum's in the
with-
paint,
with-
and Dwight Howard's in the paint. I think Kobe played with a lot of traditional block
Shea
bigs.
drives 20. I think it was 23 times a game in the regular season and 27 in the playoffs. Shea's not doing that in the 2000s. The game was different. He's going to play off the ball a hell of a lot more. So
It's also worth saying there was a lot more shot blockers when Kobe played. A lot of more traditional bigs.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why he drove less. Like on a per game basis, everyone drove. Like LeBron drove less than Shea.
But the paint is open. Like with spacing bigs
relative,
like
that's
Jalen Williams, right?
Mhm.
Spacing bigs like Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren are going to open the paint up for you. Kobe never played with a stretch five, did he? Did he
Yeah,
ever
Gasol.
play with a
Closest thing
traditional?
would be like Pau Gasol from like 18.
Yeah, and Pau
That's
Gasol was barely stretching it out to 3, barely.
Yeah, it's a
right?
3. Yeah, no.
Barely. So the space was congested. Plus, there were bigs in the league. There were guys like Roy Hibbert on every single team. There was a shot blocking big or a traditional 7-footer that's in the paint. And Kobe didn't have to do that. So Kobe just settled for the mid range. But if the paint was open, he's going right to the basket. So that's why I think analytics and tracking data would be wrong on this one, because I think with more space and more congestion and less bigs clogging the paint and more teammates to sort of create those driving angles, I think Kobe would have been a much more proficient driver.
I agree. I just don't think he would lead the league in drives. That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough. Yeah.
All right, y'all. This is what the teams are looking like now. Chat, you guys put the finishing touches on the second team with LeBron going up to second team. So this is what we have as of right now.
2 Kings. 2.
First team.
Didn't even have to vote on them. Oh, man.
First team, we have SGA, Luka, Giannis, Nikola Jokic, and Jason Tatum. Same as last year. Repeat. Second team, we have LeBron James, Devin Booker, Bam Adebayo, Anthony Edwards, and Jalen Brunson. Third team, we have DeMontis Sabonis, Wemby, Donovan Mitchell, Steph, and De'Aaron Fox.
I would just replace one of the Kings with AD, and I think is perfect. I think that's
I would replace one of the Kings with like Paolo, maybe. I don't know.
You're just looking for anybody. You just want you just don't like 2 Kings on there.
Anthony Davis is not on my All NBA team, so I'm getting Anthony Davis on there. So Sabonis,
I need to understand one thing before we leave. Why do we not give Derek White even a look
as an all-pro?
Because you think Drew Holiday better than him.
That's fair. Last year, Derek White might be on the way up.
But
all right, y'all. We got a couple super chats, and then we got to get up out of here. Dubs Bestie said, "Chill want to say Mobley is first team."
I did. I'd be lying if I 100% did. I actually entertained it for a second. Like I did.
Dubs Bestie also said, "I aspire to be chill, big, strong, alpha male, 100." Only one Wizard Kelly became a member today. Shout out to Wizard Kelly.
Word.
And last but not least, Realist123 said, "Damn, I come home from work looking forward to the panel. Then I see Penn. See you tomorrow."
Yeah,
don't worry.
Actually, see you tomorrow. As a matter of fact, because we're just about done here. So,
and I'm not here tomorrow. So enjoy your panel without me.
We'll see all of you guys back again tomorrow. Tomorrow we will talk about the MVPs of the NBA and who we have as our lead candidate. So until then, you guys like the video. Enjoy your day.
First team All NBA game.
Chill.
Yes, sir.
Check yesterday's highlights. I
will. I like I said,
10 minutes. Just watch it.
Subscribe to Let's Talk Sports. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch more of Scotty Barnes. So later.
Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. Subscribe.